2024. Let's go!
Woo!
Let's go!
That's the corner.
That's where
I've been there.
is.
I crawled up that road. There's a pool there?
I've been on that rooftop.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Jordan's like these
Where's
guys.
the fountain?
It takes a while now.
Is that the fountain right there? Oh, we already passed it.
Yeah, I wish I could
Or
have
is
went
that the
there.
fountain?
Yeah, the material vendor, you know. Oh, dang. So there actually is a castle up top. That's incredible. Wow. When was this place built, dude? Crazy.
Forever ago, bro.
Looks old.
Like hundreds.
Have you guys ever been to a castle?
Yeah, I've been to the Disney Castle, Magic Kingdom.
I meant an actual castle.
The Magic Kingdom is a real castle. You can literally stay the night in there.
Okay.
AFK.
Hello, adventurers from across the globe. My name is Sia Mendlave, and I welcome you to this momentous occasion.
He's got wrist guards on.
2024
I love
live
his wrist
in
guards.
Banak, Heidel, in the real world. Thank you. Yeah, nice, nice. This year marks 10 years of Black Desert, and a milestone that could not have been achieved without the dedication and passion of you, our adventurers. We are excited to share this moment with you, and we hope you're looking forward to all the things we've prepared for today. And now, I'm sure you've all had enough of me talking, so join me in welcoming to the stage the executive producer of Black Desert, Jae-hee Kim, and our interpreter, CM Alejandro.
Dude, I was gonna be like, woo! And then he says, and our interpreter. And it's like,
Alejandro.
kind of cuts out the.
Hello, I'm Jay Kim, executive producer of Black Desert. See you
Woohoo!
Like to take seats? Let's go. Okay, thanks for joining with us now. And how are you finding?
These chairs are swanky.
Mm-hmm. Those look like
It was
some
quite a
nice,
shock.
comfy chairs.
Yeah.
Every brick and detail of this castle was just blowing him away. And, I could see, like, almost see the Moretti farm and Delphi Castle near here. I could feel like California soldiers will invade this land any minute.
That's crazy. Dude, it's cool because the
So
whole valley
it's beyond
is there
imagination.
also.
I'm sure all of our
It's like
adventurers
just like
feel
the
that this is
friggin'
such a special
area.
place. Meeting with you all here at Chateau de Benac. Is that right? France feels like a dream come true.
Okay, so I'm curious, how did Banak inspire the creation of Heidel? Could you tell us more about it?
I think this is the first time I've talked about this. That when we first began developing Black Desert, before Velia or even Olvia, the first town we created was Heidel. We wanted to capture the essence of medieval Europe that could set the standard for Black Desert, so while looking for this town, we came across Bania. It fitted our vision of
How do they
Europe so
find
well
it?
that we used the
Crazy.
town as castle, as inspiration for Heidel and village.
It's not like it
Okay, I
was
didn't know
hidden
Heidel was
under
the
a
first
forest.
city created in Black Desert.
Yeah, but there's
so
just so many
I guess you
places
can
in the
say
world to
Banak
pick.
is the birthplace.
Really
There's-
While here I can
this
picture
place
some
is
the adventurers,
specifically has
fishing,
tours
horse training
constantly.
on the Heidel Crossroad,
really?
just
They
like in
rented
game.
it out.
Although sadly we couldn't have everyone from across the world join us here in person. But I think having adventurers tuning in from Heidel in game is also still meaningful.
Those look amazing.
So being here at Heidel,
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to
Bania,
show the room that they're in.
feels like stepping into modern day Heidel. Now, I was looking around earlier, I noticed that Mr. Tecton's fort has become a tourist information center. I couldn't see him. I guess he's not working there. Yeah, I couldn't find him. So, yeah, I guess he clocked up for the day.
I mean, I also had a look around, and I must say, it was really surreal. Like, this place both felt familiar and new at the same time.
So, yeah, did you all happen to see what Mr. Tecton was up to in the teaser video of the Heidel Ball?
Well, I imagine he was in his smithy, right?
Right, and those who watched closed would already know that Mr. Tecton was hammering away. But I think he struck his hammer exactly twice. And so the first gift of this Heidel Ball begins with a special gift from Mr. Tecton of Heidel, which starts with 2 hammers.
2?
2 hammers! Okay, I want to pause it right here.
Mine don't exist anymore.
Same. When they when they said, because like because they was, you know, they were having people apply and asking for things. One of the previous balls they had was like in a massive room where there was like, I think it was one of the Korean ones where they had the tables and it was like it was like an actual ball. Like I was like, so that's what I thought. And I thought the castle, I mean, there's probably more. I haven't seen the rest of the other live streamers stuff that they've done. But in my head, I was thinking like it was going to be like a Beauty and the Beast ballroom. And so then when I saw this, I was like, I mean, this is cool. It's like a part, I don't know, it looks like a church part of the castle or something like that, or maybe that's the dining hall or something. But I was like, oh man, in my head, I was thinking it was going to be some massive, like, giant thing. And then I saw this and I was like, this is kind of small. Like, right? Like, it's like, this is it.
You think it was hot? Like, it looks like they fit like 60 people in there, but it's
probably
tight, right?
Crazy hot.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to ask Blue when he gets back how much they were sweating in there. I don't know. Well, then again, I don't know what the weather's like in France.
Yeah, it was like cold and rainy.
They probably have fans though.
Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna have to ask him when he comes back. But I saw this and I was like, this is the room they stuck everybody in with a big old TV in there? That's crazy. But I guess we'll see.
They decorated the whole
2J
castle.
Yeah.
Promise of loyalty already. Okay. Hold.
Sorry to pause again.
Hammer time.
I think it was so funny that the first thing to do is get the hammers out of the way. So like, all right, guys, 2 hammers, okay? Now everybody sit down and watch and enjoy. Because I was watching it live with the Twitch chat, and everybody was trolling in the Twitch chat. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, you already got 2 hammers. Just take a chill pill. Let's watch. Let's enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Kind of baited it though, like
Yeah, I
that
saw-
we were gonna get more out of them.
Yeah.
as the-
We can talk about that when we get to the end of the final rewards where they recap it. But I was also surprised that.
I mean,
when
go
watched
back
it.
like 10 seconds. What he just said when they announced.
Done. 2J hammers of loyalty already.
Already.
Tecton
Like
Heidel,
we were gonna
it
get
starts
more.
with
Already.
2 hammers.
2.
Yeah, he said it starts with 2 hammers.
Ooh, dangerous
Hammers
wording.
already.
Yeah, yeah.
Already.
Good catch.
Yeah, well, I think it's like the first thing they announce is like, all right, here's your hammers. All right, now everybody chill because we're about to show a lot of lore video stuff. They're not gonna like,
Listen.
you know what I mean?
It's the
2J
10-year
hammers of
anniversary.
loyalty
I wanted
already.
10 hammers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They-
Let's not get too
they
ahead
should
of
have done
ourselves.
10 hammers
Let's,
instead
get back
of
to the
a
keynote,
free-
Jay. Speaking of the
That's coming
keynote,
up.
I
Yeah.
remember what you said at last year's Calfian Ball. You mentioned that 2024 would be a year of consolidation and simplification.
Is the volume fine for you guys?
Good for me.
That's right. Since the end of last year,
We can turn it up too on our end, Blondbear, so it's
been
perfect.
focusing on organizing many aspects of the game, such as quality of life improvements of item simplification, and even the recent patch on hit counts. So let's just say that we've been tidying up a lot of things.
Well, that's right. Adventures in the audience. What part of the quality of life improvements did you like the most? Blackstone simplification, the seals, life level integration. Yeah.
Seals
that's
are
pretty
OP.
good. It's pretty pog.
Seals are good.
So this year marks 10 years of Black Desert, and we are taking time to organize numerous complexities that have accumulated over the years, like piecing together a puzzle. So to keep bringing our eagerly waiting adventurous new developed content, this organization is a really vital and crucial task.
And that's true. While simplification is important for the longevity of our game, adventurers are also eager for new and exciting content. Am I right? Yeah, right.
Blondbear,
yeah,
this screenshot on screen,
I'm sure we would all like to
was
hear.
this from like this screenshot that's on screen right now? Was this like when they launched the game? Like it's been reused a lot, right?
This one? No, this has got Scholar and Megu on it.
Wait.
This is
Okay,
new.
so it's newer.
They have used a lot of screenshots that look like this.
Yeah, like a warrior like
with,
looking
like,
back,
some
right?
OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean the
thinking-
warrior's been like their main staple character that they use in a lot of their screenshots and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
even when we go see some of the future stuff, they show more just like it's always the warrior class. 'Cause I think it's just typical for these kind of games. But they have used a lot of images exactly like this format. I think they're just updating to put all the new classes on the front because it's like, oh, you know.
So like maybe we've
Yeah.
never seen this exact screenshot then, is that true?
Yeah. This one is brand new
For
fresh.
tenure. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
About the development of new content, Jay.
True. We also had some concerns about this, and we are related to this. So while we may slow down reorganizing things for now, we plan to develop new contents one step at a time.
Well, that's great to hear. So, what can we expect today?
I love how emotive Enlave is being. He's so silly.
Today we'll introduce our summer update, including Land of the Morning Light next part. And unlike what we usually do, we would like to take this opportunity to share with our adventurers the future of Black Desert.
Oh, the future. Okay, now that sounds pretty exciting.
Oh.
I got everybody in the audience goes, oh, but like this is like the like beta map, right? This is the alpha or beta map that they planned. Like basically you have like this is Medaya over here. This is like Valencia. This is I don't know what this is. I guess this is also Valencia now, right? This is the Demon Land. This was the Pirate Island.
Yep.
You got Kami Sylvia over here, Calpheon in the blue, Dragon here, Odalita in the like
Haven't they
medium
shown
green.
this picture basically?
This is one of like the early alpha images I think of the map that they originally were basing like a lot of their stuff on, and then they have all the routes and different things like that. These were like sea trading routes that you were supposed to eventually do, but I think they've realized they're going to expand the bottom part even more. So this is like one of the
Maybe
earliest
in the
images of the
sea?
maps when they were doing it.
Remember?
Well, because like this, I mean, I think they like the way it looks on our map. It looks like this looks like an island where you're swimming all the way around it, but like we can't go there, right? There's walls that cut off,
Yeah.
like at the bottom side of the desert and on the bottom side of like Odalita. So this is like the early map, but it's way different now, obviously, as they've developed the game over the last like 10 years. But this is probably their early, like what they were thinking of when they first talked about the game, you know?
What are the blue lines like? If you had to guess, like why some of them
These
overlap?
are sea trading routes.
Oh,
They're
wow.
sea trading routes where the like you know when you open up your map and you see these little boats traveling around, it's like transport boats,
Yep.
but also cargo boats. That's what that is.
Got it. Perfect.
Yeah.
What you see here is the early look of the Black Desert world. 10 years have passed since then, and now our adventurers have explored every corner to lift the fog in most locations. So what happens when we're rid of all the fog? When I say this, I'm sure you'll have many things popping up in your heads. I'll want to discuss more about this after we go over summer update.
Okay, that sounds intriguing. We should carry on with the presentation right now, Jay. But before we do dive into the main discussion, let me briefly explain how today's session will proceed. Since we'll be concluding or conducting simultaneous interpretations, we have created some videos in advance to better convey the content we've prepared for our adventurers. So please note that Jay will also be providing a brief additional explanations along the way. So, what story will you be sharing with us first?
You know, it's kind of crazy that every ball before has been like Korean centric with Korean everything, and then they just translate it for us, and then like Enlave and the boys will just sit, chill, and like translate it all or whatever, like Alejandro, Enlave, and then they'll talk about it.
Yep.
This ball is actually really particular, and I guess maybe it's because they hosted it in EU in France.
They
right?
didn't
Maybe
have
that-
a French to Korean translator.
Right, but I'm just saying that like they've always had all Korean like staff usually for these things. This is kind of interesting where it's Enlave, who's an NAEU CMGM guy, right? They invited a bunch of the partners, and it's like a very English-speaking staff. So like Koreans are watching this ball get translated, but then probably have subtitles or a translator for them, and then it's like I don't know if people are gonna really pick up on this, but this is kind of like in my opinion, a big deal that it's not just a bunch of Koreans and then we're getting it translated. This is all in English, right? And then they have a live translator, and then like the Koreans are gonna have to get it back translated to them, or just listen to Jay. You know what I mean? That's kind of interesting. Being very English speaking centric, very interesting to me.
Yeah, they changed their protocol. It's like out of everyone's comfort zone, so it was definitely different.
Right.
I wa-
Every other
I
ball has
was-
been in Korean.
I was literally suggesting they didn't have a translator, not that they didn't have one there. They just didn't have one to do it.
I do find it funny because I feel like because he already knows all the answers he's going to give for every question, and obviously Enlave's is super scripted and we know that.
Yep.
I'm surprised that they didn't just like have the translator know. Like it feels like the guy is Alejandro's live translating, but it's like you know what they're going to say. So I find that kind of weird, but yeah, interesting.
So simultaneous interpretation might not be so smooth, so we hope you understand.
일단 오늘 처음으로 여러분들께 소개해드릴 거는 저희가 여러분들께 약속드렸던 콘텐츠 아침에 나라 서울편을
So yes, here's the content that we previously promised to update, introducing Land of the Morning Light, Seoul.
Okay.
I hear the Namtaeryong Road is now open. You know, the gateway to the capital. The market is full of people. And the majestic gate is a sight to behold.
Blondbear, is this a new island? Or is it extension?
Same
Do we know?
island, other side.
Other
A
side.
beautiful flower tends to hide its thorns.
That's
the
the
high
lizard
sun
guy,
creates a
dude.
dark-
Holy
Look at
cow.
him.
Okay, okay.
Look at that big old giant.
Oh my
beast he's
gosh.
got.
Does it not
Rip.
pique your curiosity? What lies beyond
That's
the
the Phoenix
palace walls?
boss.
Wow.
That's the grand tournament.
And that is
It's Tamer. Okay, I don't know what
the
any
very
of that was.
reason you're here.
Who's that guy? We got like a 1 second shot of him.
The masked guy. He's part of this story. I'm pretty sure.
I
In
see.
the heart of it all. Welcome to
Dude.
Seoul.
This is huge. Look how big this thing is, dude. This is a big city.
Well, there you have it, Heidelball, land of the morning light. So let's go. And seeing that trailer, I couldn't help but notice the massive palace.
네, 일단 너무 좋아해주셔서 감사합니다.
Thank you for liking and cheering for it.
트레일러에서 등장한
That's
거대한
awesome.
그 왕국은
Wow.
예전의 옛 근거였던 경복궁입니다.
The majestic place you just saw in the trailer was Gyeongbok Palace from Joseon Dynasty of Korea. It's a popular tourist destination in Korea that draws many visitors. Just like Heidel captures the scenery of Castle Benyak, where we are today, the Land of Morning Light brings Korea's
He's
Gyeongbok
got the
Palace to life.
garage shoulders.
We strive to recreate Gyeongbok Palace as
Is
realistically
a
as
WoW
possible,
reference here?
just like
Yes,
we did with
sir.
Heidel.
Oh, wow. So you're saying it's modeled after the real thing. So if we were to go to this palace in Black Desert, it'd be basically going to the real-life Gyeongbok Palace in Korea.
You could say that.
That's pretty cool.
We worked closely with the Korean Cultural Heritage Administration to ensure an almost perfect recreation.
That's
That's
crazy,
awesome.
Just
actually.
as you wouldn't
Yeah.
get lost in
That's
Benyak if you know
actually
Heidel so
so
well,
cool.
we've designed it so you can explore Gyeongbok
I
Palace
wonder
as if
what
you were really
Jim
there
Dong
in
thinks
Korea.
of this.
Well, that's
Dude, we
awesome.
should get a
Then
Korea.
What kind
We
of
should,
adventures
yeah.
await us in the
That'd be
land of the
awesome.
morning light Seoul?
이번 아침 나라 서울 경기 이제 뭔가 여러분들 위해서 열심히 준비했습니다.
We put a lot of effort into preparing the Land of Morning Light Soul for our adventurers. To start, our devs at the Black Desert Studio said they prepared something special to introduce the Land of the Morning Light. Let's watch the video for an overview of it.
Oh, okay. So these live action videos are just funny, but I don't think they have anything of substance that we're actually getting in the game. Do you guys want to skip over these portions? Because I personally, I don't
Yes.
mind.
I want to watch them because
You wanna
I
watch 'em?
missed out on this. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. If you missed out on, we can watch them.
I didn't see this either,
They're-
actually. Yeah.
They don't have any. I'm just want to preface with you. They don't have anything of substance that's actually in the game or in the ball. This is just they had a bunch of CMs and GMs like do a bunch of silly IRL, I guess acting because some of them are the characters from the story, but like it's all just they're just being funny and they're like skits or whatever. So
Are they all shot in Korea, or
yeah, this is where it's
Yeah.
at, the palace.
this is all in? Yeah.
Yeah, they went there and filmed there.
He's just skedaddling.
Yeah.
아, 쏘리. 많이 해줬나?
That's the Moria.
누가 어명해줬습니까?
I'm glad we didn't skip it, man. This is awesome.
I'm just saying it because there's a lot of them.
Are there a lot?
There's a lot of these.
이몽룡이 오시다. 오늘 이 자리는 나그네들에게 아침의 나라를 잘 소개해준 그네들을 위해 특별히 전하께서 이국을 소개하는 어명이 있으셨습니다. The King invite you. 지금부터 펼쳐질 이곳은 환상적이고 때론 경이로운 아침의 나라 서울이요.
Wow. Those are sick animations. That's cool.
Greetings, adventurers. The memories of last year's Heidel Ball with you all are still vivid, and now a year has passed, and with summer, Heidel Ball has returned. This year's Heidel Ball is especially significant as it's held at the Chateau de Benac in France, which inspired Heidel, making it even more special for our adventurers. I wanted to meet and thank you in person. but this year I can only greet you through this video. Though it's a little sad, all of us at the Black Desert Studio, including myself, are working hard on the updates. So we thank you for your anticipation.
They're
and
grinding, bro.
Now,
They're
let's dive
working
right
at
into
that
the news
code.
They
that
are.
you're most curious about. Starting with the conclusion of The Land of the Morning Light, Seoul. The Land of the Morning Light was envisioned as a side story for Black Desert as part of our new continent project. With everything being a fresh attempt, we were both excited and anxious, but after its release, the overwhelming love and support from you all gave the entire Black Desert studio a huge boost of confidence. Not just for those adventurers here today, but our international players too. We understand that The Land of the Morning Light, rooted in Korean folklore, may have felt a bit unfamiliar, yet your enjoyment and support mean the world to us, and we wanted to
That snow shot, what was that of?
Thanks once
Was that supposed to be the new
to
region?
show our gratitude, we've poured our hearts into preparing The Land of the Morning
Oh,
Light Part
Mark's
2,
just messing with the
following
volume.
Donghae Province.
It was just like a 1 second
The
still,
Land of the
right?
Morning Light, rooted in Korean
But it
folklore,
must
may
be the
have
new
felt a
area,
bit
right?
Yeah, they're probably gonna have a snowy side of the mountain because this looks like all the rubble that's in the Dokkaebi place.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a ton of crashed rubble and stuff there. I'm curious if this is gonna be on the other side of the mountain. 'cause
Like
they have, one
northwest,
giant
right?
mountain.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have a mountain like the center of the island that basically separates the two sides, and I'm curious if this is gonna be like on part of the mountainside.
familiar.
Cool,
Yet your
cool.
enjoyment and support mean the world to us, and we wanted to express our heartfelt thanks once again. To show our gratitude, we've poured our hearts into preparing The Land of the Morning Light Part 2. Following Donghae Province, this time we've
Looks
beautifully
so
crafted
cool.
Hwanghae Province.
This makes me want to do my Dokkaebi chess, actually.
Right?
Need
We
to-
haven't done them.
I haven't
Oh, they're
finished
so
them.
fun.
Yeah.
So, as you adventure in Seoul, consider Part 2 as the epic conclusion to The Land of the Morning Light.
Wow.
Adventurers well versed in Korean history might be wondering why we named the capital Seoul instead of the more traditional Hanyang. Modern-day Seoul has been the capital since the Picture era in the 6th century, making it a historic cornerstone of the Korean peninsula. Over the centuries, it has been known by various names like Hanyang, Namgyeong, and Hansong. The term Seoul is the native Korean word for capital, which over time became a proper noun referring to
Oh.
the capital city.
Wow.
The word transcends eras, making it fitting for the capital in the Land of the Morning Light.
That's cool. That makes sense.
You guys like getting real world aspects?
It shows
I
effort.
personally am indifferent about it. I think that it's obviously it's a Korean-based company, and their Koreans are very prideful in their culture and their country. So, I personally am like cool with like this awesome game they've built. 10 years later, they put in like an island specifically about their country and their culture. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's really cool. It's a cool way to base all the bosses off of their culture without like it being anything else. Like it's it's their thing. I think people just don't really like the island because of other things, because of like the content or whatever. But I don't necessarily. It doesn't bother me that they do something about their culture, because again, it's like an entirely Korean company with all Korean devs and stuff like that, right? So like, I think it's cool. It's very prideful of them to do something like that. They are proud of their country, and they want to be like, hey, like it's amazing. Let's show off our beautiful country.
They announced it in France.
Well, this is just part 2. I mean, obviously.
Castle.
But the part 1, I mean, was a big deal for them. So yeah. What do you guys
Would
think?
Would
about
you
it?
partake in one of these skits?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll do any of this kind of stuff. I love all this stuff. I was just saying it doesn't have anything of substance if you just want to go over the stuff, but I still think it's all cool and fun. Like, heck yeah, I'd want to be just a random character in like a live skit shot. That'd be so fun.
All right, we'll start
Even-
making some videos.
Even before like Pandaria came out for World of Warcraft, like there wasn't that much culture from anywhere in Asia, right? So like this is like an
No,
untapped
there wasn't.
market.
Yes.
Untapped
true.
for sure. So it's cool that
Very
they're doing
true.
something that's like, and then like the cultural significance, like they can show this to people in Korea for like, it's almost historic at that point because they're modeling it after something
Yep.
real. I think it's cool.
Mhm.
I think it's cool.
And I mean, it just shows more support for their company. Who wouldn't want to invest in a product that literally their last 2 major updates were based on your own country? Like, right? I mean, I feel like it would just make people that are part of the country want to fund more into it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, what were you saying, Jordan?
Oh, it'd be cool if like you could partake in the skit and then they put you in the game as well, like
That
a
would
little
be
character
cool.
review.
Well, I think all the characters that they're playing are the characters in the story. Like, these are, like, they're portraying characters that are, I think, in the game, right? Because I'm pretty sure that, what is it, one of these is Dulceway or whatever. So I think that's what they're portraying. So, yeah. That would be funny.
자자자자자. 여기 보이는 건물은 우리나라에서 가장 큰 국가 건물 경유라고 하오. 이 경유로에는 슬픈 전설이 있다고 하지. 이 경회로 연못 안에는 두 마리의 청동 용이 있다고
Two
하죠.
bronze
한
dragons.
마리는 그 모습이 발견되었지만 나머지 한 마리는 아직 발견되지 않았다고 하죠. 하지만 나는 그 한 마리가 이 경회루를 그리고 우리의 마음을 지켜주고 있다고 믿어 숨지 않아.
Oh, linda. Kichipuji linda.
Of course, the most important thing is an unbreakable heart.
In preparing for this Seoul chapter, our main focus was to authentically recreate our ancient capital, Gyeongbok Palace.
That was a cool
With the
shot.
Cultural Heritage Administration's
so
help,
good.
we utilized drone footage, scanning, and LiDAR to capture Gyeongbok Palace in its entirety.
That is awesome.
So that's
For
an
parts that
actual
haven't been
place?
reconstructed,
Yeah.
we filmed
they based
Cheongdok
everything
Palace
off
to
of
fill in the
IRL
gaps.
places.
We also aimed to infuse historical authenticity
Wow.
by referencing the mountain ranges of Mount Bugak and Mount Sorak to shape the terrain.
Incredible.
Through this meticulous process, we brought Seoul to life, cradled by Mount Ashi. By recreating parts of Gyeongbok Palace, Cheongdok Palace, and Yukjo Street in the game, adventurers from around the world will
This
feel
is
as
when
if
I
they were
joined,
truly
so
in
I hadn't
Seoul.
even seen up to this point.
Personally,
I got here
feel
late.
it would be fantastic if history students visited the Gyeongbok Palace in the land of the morning light instead of the real one. We've also brightened up Hwanghae Province compared to Donghae Province by adding more colorful vegetation. Also, places like Soryeongkor, Udu School, and Jodo School, previously known only by name, have been faithfully recreated, making it
cool.
enjoyable to explore with the
Wow.
new collection of tales.
That's the different
A
schools.
new manor
fighting
named
schools.
Hyunrokdang will be introduced in this Seoul chapter. The previous manor in Donghae Province, Shimhyangjae, was designed to blend with its surroundings.
That's the one I have.
This time, the new manor is right within the capital. From the manor, you can see the stunning Gyeonghwaeru,
Nice.
offering a breathtaking view that surpasses even the views of the Han River. We've also added many new pieces of furniture, so we hope you enjoy the manor to its fullest.
야, 돌쇠, 근데 어떻게 된 거야? 너 깜짝이 없어지더니
Yeah, see, he's
여기서
still
이렇게
starting
줄을
to
했어?
yeah.
내가 돌쇠 생활을 17에 시작했다. 어떻게 여기까지 왔느냐? 이봐, 제끼고 어둑신이 보내고 이덕수같이 어두운 놈들 다 잡아냈다.
아, 돌쇠. Unbelievable.
대수야! 이야기는 이게 다가냐?
This chapter takes place in Seoul, the land of the morning light. After your adventures in Donghae Province, your loyal companion Dolsue will visit Palanhosu to reunite with you. After catching
boat
up with
was
your friend,
huge.
you'll receive an invitation from the newly promoted Dolsue and head to the land of the morning
So
light.
you love all the
There
lore.
you'll
they're
reunite with Ms. Myo,
integrating
Mr. Turt, and the
combat.
lovely Bihun as you embark on your journey.
Yeah, I'm. Well, I think this is very. If you're looking at like the traditional lore on the mainland with like all the different gods and the different stuff that they're doing in the multi realms and Kafras, I think that this island is supposed to be completely separated from like the mainland. Like the corruption of Zarka and the Kafras, the Immortal Alchemist, and the Elezra, none of that stuff is part of this region. I think it's like basically like Pandaria. It's like this hidden island that's been off and we never knew about it, and all of a sudden it's been revealed, and I think that's how they're treating it. I don't think any of the current lore is going to be tied to this, and I think this is like its own like kind of solo story one shot.
So the land of morning light is on the back of a turtle.
Yeah, sure, yeah, essentially.
That's Pandaria, no?
I don't think so. I think that was the starter island, right? The Wandering Isle. Pandaria was just sitting there.
Seoul. Remember how Dolsue helped you register as a foreigner so you could explore freely throughout Donghae Province? In Seoul, he'll make you a Hanghwain, essentially naturalizing you as a
Ooh.
citizen.
Naturalized
Yo.
as citizens, let's go!
Of course, the
Hog.
crafty Dolsue wouldn't
I'm a
grant you citizenship
Korean!
for free. He has his own plans.
Do we have passports?
While you enjoy the serene
basically.
yet bustling atmosphere of Seoul and Gyeongbok Palace,
What? They're spanking that guy.
you and
Yeah, what
Dolsue
were they
face
doing
a
there?
colossal, unbearably
Can we get a
dense
slow-mo of that,
beasts.
Blondbear?
He must have
To
been a
resolve
bad
this
guy.
and bring
Yeah.
Dawn back
What were they
bustling
doing?
atmosphere of Seoul
They
and
are?
Gyeongbok Palace, he has his own plans.
What?
Let me put that down to
Yeah, maybe we should.
25 speed.
Let's fucking slow that down.
While you enjoy the serene yet bustling atmosphere
Look at all that
of
serene
Seoul
atmosphere.
and Gyeongbok
Whack.
Palace,
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, but
It's a weird
you
timing
and
for
Dolsue
that,
will
for
face
sure.
A colossal, unbearably devastating crisis. To resolve this and bring Dawn back to the Shadowland of the Morning Light, you'll venture through Hwanghae Province, just as you did in Donghae Province. We've prepared rich stories in Seoul that are just as extensive as those in Donghae Province. Once you complete the prologue, you can freely enjoy the collection of tales.
Oh, I love this art.
presented in an omnibus format.
Oh man.
This time, the collection.
Dude, I talked about this like with J-Kun. I talked about this a while ago. He was asking me like, how do you get certain people into the art or into the lore of the game? And I was like, honestly, cutscenes like this, like the art style like this, because some of the most interesting thing that pushed me even more into the lore of World of Warcraft was when prior to the expansion launches, they would do like the Legends of Xiaohao or the Lords of War or whatever pre-expansion like cutscenes and stuff they do. Like that stuff would always get me and all my friends that were excited about the game super hyped up. And they did this in like a pretty decent way in Land of the Morning Light Part 1. It looks like they're using like a mixture of like rendered cutscenes that they then put through like a filter to look like drawn art style. But then it looks like some of these are actually like hand-drawn scenes. Like these two look like characters from the game, but the ones down here and in the background look like they're like hand-drawn from like the comic style, right?
Presented in an...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. I hope they continue to do more of this because I think that's like one of the big ways to get people interested in this stuff is like, oh, that looks cool. Now I want to know more about it. You know what I mean? So I'm pumped they're going to do more of that.
Format.
What is the context of that
This time,
shot?
the
Like, what's
collection
the...
of tales offers 8 stories.
Are those like fire
I think
arrows?
it's going to be with... Yeah, I think that's going to be Jig... I think his name is Jigway or Jigwo. He's the fire ghost thing you'll see in the future.
okay,
Yeah, I'll show
okay.
you.
Of Chunhyang.
Oh, here they go. The tale of Qingyang, two sisters, Bulgasol, the child in blue. Bulgasol is the lizard
Sisters
guy.
불가살,
I'm
a child
excited
in blue,
about him.
서동, 우투리, 삼신,
Are
and
they,
Choi.
or is he naming all the
We hope our
bosses?
travelers are
He was naming some of the legends, yeah. There's 10 total,
all
I
excited
think is
for
what
the
they're
many
gonna say.
stories.
10 more,
that
right?
await you.
Yeah.
We promise
There's
to bring
10
you
total,
captivating
and there's
tales
like 8
that won't
main ones,
disappoint.
and there's 2 hidden ones.
In the previous Donghae Province chapter, the collection
we're
of
gonna talk
tales
about it
featured
in a
traditional
second.
folk tales. This time, the Hwanghae Province chapter includes more mysterious content and a bit of political drama. Since political dramas are a familiar genre even overseas, we believe that adventurers abroad will find the Seoul chapter easier to understand and more enjoyable.
I feel like they would avoid
We
political
also
drama.
consider the
taking
enjoyment
place
of
in Korea.
gameplay in the
Oh,
Seoul
politics
chapter.
are fun.
They're
Part
unavoidable.
1 was designed with easy gameplay
Yeah, I
for
mean that's
new
part of like
adventurers.
that is
So when
part
I
of, like,
said
the
I
story.
wonder what Kim Jong would think of this, like he might find out about it.
I'm just saying that like, well, I don't know if this is North or South Korean folk tales or culture specifically, I don't know. But like when you look back to like even the part 1, like the political story was that like Dolsway was like changed his identity as a person, and like wasn't he like the prince or king, or wasn't the girl like the queen of the frickin' island or whatever? There was like a whole, it was like a political rivalry, you know, whatever. I can't remember it because I'm distracted, but like it
I
was
didn't
all like,
read that book, man. I'm sorry.
yeah, you should. It's really good. There's all kinds of really cool stuff intertwined in all that. So I think it can be done if you do it right. It can be very, very interesting, you know?
There includes more in-depth combat, offering a variety of gameplay experiences. One of the main characters in the collection of tales, Uturi, might be unfamiliar
Yeah,
even to Korean.
That line they said right before this, that this side is going to have way more complex and crazy combat encounters. We're about to see this stuff here, but holy cow. This is going to be like World of Warcraft challenge mode raids kind of stuff, or like Guardian bosses on Lost Ark. These fights look actually really complex, and I'm really excited.
Do you think it's gonna play out like Pit of the Undying types of mechanics, like CC during this type of blue animation type deal? Like,
No. I think they realized that did not land with a lot of players.
Yeah.
I think based on the video you're about to see, I think they're doing a mixture of like dungeon-esque stuff. Like, you know how like the first dungeon was like, hey, walk the colors to the
Yeah.
pillar and
Yep.
hit the boss. Very simple. Second dungeon was like, okay, you thought first dungeon was easy? Okay, we're going to throw like 5 mechanics at you. You got to dodge all this, then you're going to get pulled over here, and then you got to manage how much the boss is dealing damage to you and how much it's taking.
Yep.
And then we're also going to have a squid mechanic on top of you got to count colors, and then you got to split the room into 2 sides because you got to stand on the pillar and then stand on the platform that it says the pillar and the color. And then that was like the second dungeon. And then the third dungeon was just like, all right, let's see how long we can.
Can you put Blondbear back to 1x instead of 1.5?
no, it's a good point though. So it's more like dungeon
I was just-
mechanics and then applying that into
I think
a boss.
that these are very more dungeon centric, but you're
Yeah.
about to see in the video,
That's
it gets really complex. Like when they showed the bird guy fight, I don't think they showed immediately, but if that's just the teaser for it, I think they show like 5 seconds of the fire guy fight too. This stuff looks like it's going to be really crazy. I'm really, really excited. They just have to nail the repeatable factor of it, because if you're doing it once a week, it's going to be kind of boring, and you got to be able to repeat this content. I feel like in BDO, you know. But he looks cool.
Tournament during gameplay, you'll naturally come to understand the character.
Didn't they say they're doing like an easy mode and like a hard mode?
Yeah, they're about to show it here in just a second. Yeah.
Immersed in the story. Remember arriving in Nampo? There were cute little yellow dogs that warmly welcomed us to the region. It was a light interaction, but many of you really liked it.
Pet the dog! We got to pet the dog.
In the Seoul chapter, we have expanded on such interactive elements. As you adventure through Hwanghae province, you will naturally encounter people, animals, dokebi, ghosts, and objects that will try to talk to you or catch your attention.
This is gonna. I love this stuff.
You can ignore them, but if you show interest, they will respond. Sometimes humorously, and sometimes trivially, adding
I
small
love
joy.
this stuff.
We wanted to enhance the liveliness of the world and the feeling of adventuring through Hwanghae province with these interactions. Also, you know our princess of the Fallen Kingdom.
There's probably gonna be some freaking secret cookie stuff that's gonna
Like an
there's
LVI
probably gonna
baked
be-
in.
Yeah, there's gonna be some like, oh, the 50th time you do this, he's gonna give you a chest box that turns into the. There's gonna be some secret out there. I know it, because that's it's
Like a treasure map too. It'll have 20
there's gonna be
steps.
something silly, or
yeah.
they're gonna give you some unique item that you've never seen in the game before. I love that stuff.
Right? As you progress through the collection of tales, adventurers who love and play as Tamer will encounter meaningful
Cool,
content.
we're getting
for her.
Tamer story.
We hope you look forward to it.
Tamer lore, let's go.
Tamer, let's go.
GM, that was pretty good, right?
Did you just say what I said?
He said exactly what
Okay.
you said.
That's
It was
weird.
It was weird.
I didn't
gotta
pre-watch
say,
this.
GM Laffy's acting was really good.
That's right. Everyone's acting skills have improved. Matesu can even do some weird facial expressions now.
Okay. Well, so our developers showed us the background and storyline of Land of the Morning Light Soul. I think I heard Soul, the expansion wraps up the overarching story of Land of the Morning Light.
Land of the Morning Light was originally a spin-off story set on a new continent away from the mainland. For this Soul chapter, we focused on wrapping up the story properly. This way we can return to the main continent story and focus on the original storyline again.
Let's go.
Since the focus is on the conclusion of Land of the Morning Light story, I imagine a lot of thought and care has been put into it.
Yes, absolutely. In terms of story scale, it's similar to or slightly longer than the previous Land of the Morning Light. The main story
That's
is
crazy, by the way.
complemented by 8 separate omnibus
Longer?
arcs.
Well, wasn't the other quest like really long? Was it
Yeah,
not?
there were like, what was it, 8 chapters and then 8 secret chapters?
Yeah,
right.
like, I mean, this could be
all
like
the extra side stories and stuff.
Yeah,
this
It
is
was like
gonna be
12 hours.
Yes, I think this is gonna be. I think it's 8 chapters for the boss. Well, so there might be more than just 8 chapters because there's 8. There's 10 boss encounters. 8 of them are the public ones. 2 are secret, I guess, or something. Or
You should be able to
extended
skip
quest
all
lines.
of them.
And then
all of the quests.
I disagree. I disagree.
Dude, like
You should have
Jordan
to
doesn't
do it
want to
all.
do quests. Like it's not
Listen.
everyone wants to play.
I don't know.
There's a lot of games. I would agree with you if my experience wasn't different. There are a lot of games that I would have
It's like
said.
attunement in WoW. Nobody wants to do that. They just want to do the dungeon and raid.
See, I don't know. I disagree. I think that the discomfort is okay because there's a lot of games where I would have been like, yeah, I don't want to ever do this. And then I had a friend invite me to play this game that I wasn't really interested in. And then I played it and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of good. It's like eating your vegetables for the first time. It's like your parents want you to eat vegetables. You're like, no, I don't want to. That's gross. I don't like that. And then you have some vegetables with like maybe
delicious.
you get a broccoli with some cheese on it and you're like, holy cow, why'd they been hiding this from me?
That
You know what
is
I mean?
not vegetables.
I think it's just
saying.
okay. The cheese isn't a vegetable.
Bro, you
I'm
use
just
broccoli
saying.
and cheese. You know.
I'm just saying, you know, you add a little extra spice to it, and the spice is gonna be the new stuff, right? Like, I mean, you know, you get.
It's
a little
like
bit of
eating salad, dude. That's vegetables too. Just
You guys-
a whole
Yeah.
bottle of dressing.
Will we be
Yes.
locked out of the boss content until we do the quest line? You think?
for sure. Well,
Of
actually, I
course.
don't know. They I don't know.
They
I
locked
would
us
think
out
so.
already of shrines.
I think I necessarily don't mind doing something you're not a fan of, so that you can unlock content that you are going to like or want to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I see what people say when there's like the dopamine response of like we should only be able to do what we like to do, we shouldn't have to do what we don't want to do. I feel like there's a million games out there that give you everything you want and you can do whatever you want and there's no pushback. But then a lot of people just don't play those games. Like that, it would be the most played game ever if it were like that. But there is no perfect game like that because even if they give you everything, there's no value or reward. You didn't push or you didn't try to get something. You didn't achieve it. It was just given to you because they serve it on a silver platter. So I feel like there's nothing necessarily wrong with having games that have something that's a little frustrating to do or tough to get into or have a barrier of entry, and then you unlock all this extra stuff. Personally, just based on my experience, though, obviously, you know, some people are the dopamine button pressers, so can't help that.
I just think it's a complete waste of time to add all this stuff that's one time.
Yeah, I do agree that like not every single region in the world is going to be interested in specifically Korean culture, but the way they're doing this is by
No, it has nothing to do with the culture. It has to do
Sorry,
with
then
it's
your mic cut out, I
one-time
didn't hear
use.
you. What's
Oh
the
my
one-time
God.
use?
It's a quest that once you complete it, you'll never do it again unless you're trying to get quest progress.
Yeah, I think the point
I
is
feel
like, he
like-
wants to get you enveloped in the story and the lore and to get you to care about that stuff, right? Like that's the idea.
We want content we can do over and over and over, just like you said.
Right, you'll do the quest line one time, and then you unlock all the stuff that you can repeat forever. But they want to at least like get their story out there. You know what I mean? Like the Harry Potter movies wouldn't have been made without the Harry Potter books. And so like, yeah, you know you had to have the part that maybe you didn't like if you're not a reader and you don't care about that. But then you watch
Jimmy
the
and
movies
Jordan,
and you love Harry
people
Potter.
without biases towards the lore, please.
Yeah, guys, give me some good arguments, some good.
I feel like
arguments.
you're the only one talking.
If there's like group content
I'm a
behind
yapper,
this
sorry.
gate, like there's gonna be a whole like category of people who will never do
Let's
it. That's
let's
the
just
cost,
pretend.
right?
Let's just pretend that what we're suggesting now is it's more than it was before to finish all those missions in order to unlock the black shrines. Like basically, and everyone was doing that just so you can get your glove. That was the main reason.
I mean, it's two buckets,
True.
right? It's people who end up doing it and people who don't. And I just feel like there's gonna be a large category of people who might never touch this.
I'm
Don't you
talking,
think people would-
I'm not even
if-
talking about people using it.
Well,
I'm
think about
talking
it this
about
way: if the
PA
content,
spending
if you
time.
log in and
Yeah.
then all the bosses are unlocked and you didn't have to do any of the story,
Yeah.
No, you should. They should have a story, but not so much.
you think it should be like, well, what if they made all this
Less.
cutscene skippable or whatever, and they fast forwarded it?
That would make my view of it better, but at the same time, I'm just suggesting that they should utilize their time in a manner in which people can get more out of it.
Yeah, like there's a big difference between introducing the boss with like a 20 quest line and then like that's 20 quests per boss. Like that would be way different than do the whole thing to get all of it, you know?
Yeah, I just think that again,
It's
it's
a
all
quest line as opposed to a grind spot where someone could spend thousands of hours.
I think it'll be fun and it'll be worth it. Like that's my personal opinion, and I think a lot of people will do it and enjoy it, which is good. But yeah, I just if you didn't have the requirement there, I just feel like more people would end up getting into it, and maybe they would end up doing the quest line anyway if it wasn't required. Which is kind of crazy, but I don't know.
I'm just saying.
What about Jordan? What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I think every new region should have a main story for you to follow.
Yeah, I don't know if everything in every game just didn't have a barrier for entry and you can access everything, then like I feel like wouldn't that just be prevalent to botting and stuff like that? Not that BDO really has a problem too much with that really anymore because everything is like player driven, but
Did they make a new grind spot?
I don't know. I guess we'll see, huh?
Like, does Land of Morning Light have a grind spot?
I guess we'll we'll have
We
to
gotta
keep
we gotta
watching
watch
and
the
see
ball
what happens.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you guys ready?
stop interrupting it then.
Sorry, I'm excited.
You're right. What
With
is
full
RL?
voice acting once again, with about 6,000 lines of fully dubbed dialogue and around
6,000?
we believe we can
That's
deliver an
crazy.
even richer story than
You
the
see what I'm
previous.
saying?
Fully
Like, that's
voiced.
too much fucking time wasted on crap that is
I don't
one-time
think that-
use.
See, I
It's-
disagree.
A main story
In-game-
quest is a one-time
In-game
use.
cutscenes and dialogue lines all voiced out. I think that's awesome. I don't want a cheap game
I feel
where
like
it's just
you're
a,
arguing.
I don't want a cheap game where it's a bunch of text and you just skip through it
Yeah,
and
but
like,
the
oh, I don't
problem is
care
you're
about this. I just want
arguing
to.
the wrong argument. Like,
I
I'm
disagree.
trying to
I-
make a point that they're not putting enough time and effort into content that we can all consume over and over and over and over and over, and they're spending a lot of time putting.
I don't know. I think there's like a million grind spots. Now we're gonna have like 20 plus bosses to do. I mean, there's tons of content to just do over and over again. I feel like this is the one time they have a chance to do something specifically unique, rather than just repeat the same old, right?
Jordan, can you unlock mini games without doing the Morning Light quest?
Yeah, you just have to do the minigame quest.
So you have to do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I guess I just don't. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you
Yeah.
just don't like
Seems
questing
fine.
in any game ever,
I
mean,
like when they
that's
gate
fine, but
stuff.
I like, yeah, same.
I don't
Like,
want them to just give everything to everyone and that's
Yeah,
it.
because it's not worth it. What's the value of something if you just handed it over versus, oh, I had to go do this thing, I had to go get this thing, right? Like, I just personally, the way I feel about it is like, if everything was fully accessible and whatever, then there's no value to anything because you didn't have to work for it, right? I mean, the other stuff would be worth.
So
more,
you're
but-
mad and you're gonna delete the Pen Black style.
I'm not mad, and
You're
it's
gonna
just
delete
gonna let
it,
me.
right?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
You
That's
gotta
just a
delete
catch-up
it.
mechanic. I think that's different than like quest lines or something like that. You know what I mean?
The Ghost has an interesting part about like them basically having this very high bar of spending, which maybe is not like proportionate to like the content they're going to get out of it. Do you think there's any validity to that argument?
Well, as we'll see in a minute, I think it's going to be worth it. I think the content
Fair.
that's going to be coming, because I think the biggest error they had in Land of the Morning Light Part 1 was the fact that it wasn't group based. A, not being group based, and B, the reward rankings not actually mattering at all. Like a year later, we're now looking at all the rewards, and it doesn't really matter if you got first, second, or third. Like you can get top 20 and you'll get the same reward. Like it's such a small variance over like if you always got rank 1 versus always rank 20 that it doesn't really matter. And it's not as exclusive either. Like I just think that it's not a big deal. I think if that was a bigger deal, it maybe would matter. But yeah, I think they messed up by it not making it group based. That's the biggest fall off for me.
Yeah, there's plenty of solo content in the game.
Right. I think I almost think that everything else from now on should be group based, whether it's 2-man, 3-man, 4-man. You know what I mean?
Agree.
Wait, are you saying it has to be group based? Like
No,
you can't do a grind spot without people?
So one thing that I think would be a good idea is if they if every spot could be a group grind spot, but the mobs like adjust to whatever you're wanting to do. So if you want to solo it, then the mobs stay how they are. If another person joins, then the mobs get harder. Like maybe not more damage, but like more HP to compensate and balance.
Yeah.
I don't even think they should get harder. They should just make it like it was at Miramar back in the day with the what was that? The item loot distribution.
Yeah, or like they would just drop if you tag the mob, then you get a share of the like you get your own clone of the drop. So it's more fun to grind with other people.
No, not a clone per se, but like it would. The rare drops would be sold straight to the market, and you.
Oh, you're talking about the
special deals.
Whatever it used to
special
be.
deals.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Special deals is good. I wish they would remove the tax. That is a big thing that they somehow overlooked, and people have talked about it for a long time, and they just can't. Like people don't want to use special.
No,
deals
you're
because
overlooking it
losing
too.
money.
I'm talking about what, like piggybacking on what Jordan said. You should be able to grind in any spot in the game. That's a solo grind spot now with other people, and be able to use special deals.
The way I see it is there's more than enough solo spots in the game already, and they're always going to make more solo spots. I just think that the focus should be on group content because that should be incentivized because it's an MMO.
You're not understanding. If somebody wants to grind in a solo spot with their friend, they should be allowed to.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think they have the brains or the technology or the ability. I think that PA.
I mean, they can't do that.
I don't think PA even knows. I don't think PA knows how to balance the way their grind spots are or anything. In a
not
perfect
saying
world,
to balance it at all. I'm saying just give double loot.
Yeah, I don't think that works the way you think it works. I think that we would find people breaking grind spots and making really ridiculous, absurd amount of money per hour. In a perfect world, they could figure it out.
Did anyone do that at Miramar with special deals?
Miramar wasn't ever good ever in any way, shape, or form. It was only a place where you basically boosted people in level.
It was always subpar money.
What place is good that you think would be taken advantage of?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Because I'm mainly talking
what I'm
about
saying.
like lower spots.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean that. Then maybe maybe they could do this thing where there's like a flex at all one-shot grind spots, and if you walk around with a friend. But you have to think of every way that this is used to help players. It's going to be used to basically boost bot accounts and stuff, which we don't want to incentivize, right? Like you're gonna have one dude throwing a party.
They just need better moderation. Then it's stupid.
Sure.
Just like Shadow Arena.
I agree.
We have to close down Shadow Arena
because of hackers and botters.
Control the bots. Control the hackers, and then no problem.
True. I mean, if they could figure out how to do the moderation, and then they could figure out how to make the like low end grind spots like comfortable.
To do that, by the way.
I don't know. BDO is a very particular engine that doing the minor changes made the game very, very weird. So
I meant the moderation part.
Yeah, I don't think that's really that bad either. Just hire one guy to work an 8-hour shift and then just rotate 3 people 8-hour shifts. You know? I don't
So
think
you
it'll cost
can
that much for how much money
Get
the
an
company makes.
intern for just value packs.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Pay them.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Pay me in pearls. I'll do some work.
Let's get it going.
Are you guys ready to continue?
Yeah.
Well, I think Adventure would be pretty excited
Let
about
me
that.
rewind it like 10 seconds. So we
There are
can...
8
stories with fully dialogue and around 40 cutscenes. We believe we can deliver an even richer story than the previous one.
Well, fully voiced. Well, I think Adventure would be pretty excited about that, and there are 8 tales, but I think some of our adventurers might not be too familiar with them.
That's right. Literature from all around the world often shares similar themes. I think it's because human experiences are universally alike. To help you understand better, the tale of Sodom is about impossible love, much like Romeo and Juliet. The tale of a child in blue is about testing wisdom and offering great rewards for success, similar to the tale of its fate. While there will be new stories, finding parallels will, with familiar tales and playing through them will be one of the enjoyable aspects of the Land of Morning Light Soul.
Okay, well, looking for the similarities and the differences between the stories familiar to us and those in the Land of the Morning Light sounds pretty fun. I'm looking forward to uncovering what these tales have in store.
So far, we've explored an overall look and story of the Land of the Morning Light. Now, let's listen to a bit more detailed story together.
Let's go!
That's totally real, by the way.
Oh, what for music is that?
우리 아침의 나라 서울의 음악인데 어떻소?
BTS, 홍정훈, 성몽님, 이몽룡, c'est parti!
C'est parti. It's French.
In part 1 of The Land of the Morning Light, folk music played a significant role alongside many folk tales. In Land of the Morning Light Soul, we have prepared the court music and classical music from the Joseon Dynasty, so you can immerse yourself in the authentic, historical atmosphere of Hanyang in-game. We've collaborated with the National Gugak Center's orchestra
Crazy, by the way.
to produce music
This
of
is
even
awesome.
higher quality.
The
which is
fact that
something
they
you
have
can
an
look forward to.
orchestra, I love this.
You can also hear the music of Choyongmo.
It makes
which
me
is a
sad
folk
because I think a
dance,
lot of people
and the love
don't.
song of Chun.
First of all, I think a lot of people don't care about any of this, and it makes me sad because this is a lot of hard work and dedication that they put in to making all the music, sound effects, everything to be really, really authentic and real. And it makes me really sad that I feel like a lot of people don't care about this stuff.
It's
'Cause
just,
I think it's amazing.
yeah, it's like they're bringing like the craziest level of fidelity that like every game for like 30 years has basically died to have in their game, and now that we can do it, like they're spending a ton of money on this.
Like
where,
whatever.
where
about
do you
it.
think? Where do you think most of the scores from games are made, though? Like, do you not think that they're people creating music?
I don't think it's like
Instruments?
this level. I don't
I
know
think
if
it
it's like
is.
this
They're
level.
just not advertising.
Well, Ghost, like if we're
Right,
talking,
you listen,
I
you
wish they
listen
would
to the
then. I wish
soundtracks.
they would.
The soundtracks on Spotify all the time. All
Yeah.
the games.
yeah,
There's a handful, but not an MMORPG like this, though. Like, this is... And especially because it being a country-specific culture, like, they're using their cultural music and using, like, an orchestra with all these ancient instruments. Like, look at these instruments on the screen look like really old. Like, look at the wear and tear on these things. These are not, like, brand new spanking wood stuff, right? Like, they're using stuff that's been in their culture and history for a long time. I think that's beautiful.
I was gonna ask, do you guys even have the in-game music on ever?
I do. Yep.
You do?
I love Odalita's soundtrack. It's so good.
my first year
I
of
do
playing,
have to-
I never turned it off. I want to say that.
I do have to turn the music off when I go to Ulukita,
A
though,
blacksmith
because
with patience.
the Ulukita soundtrack, I'm sorry, it sucks, first of all. Second of all, it's not very long, so it repeats very often the same freaking chorus. And I'm like, oh my god, this is so annoying.
Yeah,
But
but you're,
Ulukita I'm not a fan of, but Odalita, I could listen to that forever.
how are
Valencia
you
was
literally
amazing.
just dissing them when you're saying you love them? That's literally the newest
Jordan's
shit.
calling us out. Yeah.
Before this.
I'm just saying, Ulukita sucks, but everything else is good.
You're literally like, oh my god, they're ancient music. This is beautiful.
Yeah,
But
this
it
is.
such. The last one.
Yeah, but
Ulukita sucks.
their question
Ulukita's
is how
not
much.
cultural based, so I can say it.
Yeah,
They can provide. so
Once we're
much
done with the
music.
quest line, like how much time are we going to spend in this region per week? If you had to guess.
That's honestly what makes me the saddest is that like if there's no grind spot, then we're not going to stay there, and I think that's the most disappointing part. And I really
So
hope
then you do agree with me.
I hope
when
it's
say
not the
a waste
case.
of time.
I hope it's not, but I don't know. We don't have it yet, right? So,
right,
we'll see. I guess, right?
They should be maximizing as many things as they can that people do for as much time as possible. Like if people are spending 10 hours a week doing a specific thing, they should make more of those things.
Well, I think you basically make like a vacuum though, because if you're gonna make a bunch of different content, and then people only like the easiest, simplest path, then you just make more easy and simple stuff. Then like you just funnel people into doing the same thing, and you don't have them doing anything else.
It's true. I bet they spent like if this was done in the U.S., like this is probably like in the realm of like $100,000 to $200,000 just for this audio, like the renting the studio, hiring the people,
hiring
like
the musicians.
writing. Like someone actually asked to like
Pretty sure
compose
they
this
have
audio.
them working for
Like
the
it's
company.
insane how expensive this would be. I just want to say, like,
yeah.
And I'll listen to the music, and if it's good, I'll add it to a playlist. You know, like that's where I'm at.
For sure.
We'll see though.
Chunhyang Dolsoe in the game. To this end, we've cast Kim Soo-young for the role of Chunhyang.
They have a whole orchestra. Like that's a big
Commentator
deal.
Chun Yong-jun has also participated as a special guest actor at a unique turning point in the land of the moon light. In the audio department, we are particularly focused on directing
That had
scene
to have been
performances
fun.
and audio
Yeah.
mixing
Yeah, dude.
to effectively convey the unique atmosphere of classic materials.
I
Our
love-
audio
yeah, I
team
love
is striving
this.
to create
All
better
of this
sounds
is
by
just
applying our
awesome.
development experiences to the
And if
fullest.
games do this, then they should advertise
자,
it
이
more because this is stuff I
문제를
love.
Agree,
풀어주는 시간을
agree.
가져보겠습니다. 자, 문제 나갑니다. 이 우사가 사용한 기술 속 언어는 한글이다.
Not this though, right? This needs to be
I love
less.
this too. I just wish it was more game particular.
They should have just made it like cinematics, not this.
자, 정답은 옳소.
Well, I like those.
I'm sorry, I don't like this at all.
Okay, I will contort that this is probably very affordable. Like this is them having fun, which is cool.
Yeah, this is them just having fun.
맞습니다.
Yeah.
For sure.
알아볼까요?
So they didn't fly all these
Next,
people
let's
out
dive
there.
into the details of the
I bet
Black
half of them
Shrine
live
bosses.
there, or not far.
Alongside Janghwa and Hongmyeon, Bulgasal,
Bulgasol, look at that dude. The garage shoulders. Can't even see his face. Lizard man. He's probably gonna rip his costume off like the freaking boss in Elden Ring. And he's gonna freaking rip the cloak off and be that. What's the guy? The Black Death wolf guy. That's what he's gonna do. 100%, bro.
What are you talking about?
Ah, it's an Elden Ring boss. Yeah, don't worry about it. He's just a guy that rips off his cloak after you kill him, and then he has a phase 2. This boss got that vibe for me.
and Dark Bonghwang.
Dark Bongwong, that's the
We have Uturi,
Phoenix. It's the
Uturi?
bird boss.
Samshin,
Samshin.
She looks cool.
Jigui,
This is Jigui, the fire ghost
Jigui,
guy.
what?
Child in Blue,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Choyong. Plus,
Oh, that
there
was
are
one of
two
the-
That was the-
mysterious
yeah,
hidden
Choyong
bosses yet
from
to be
earlier.
revealed, making a total of 10 unique bosses you can encounter. While the Part 1 lineup was incredibly intense and might overshadow these new additions. in
So are
terms of
these all group
recognition,
bosses?
Our art
Yeah.
team has
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a second.
But
It says-
Well, those are like O'Duke like those are older ones, right?
So those were 8 that they just showed. There's 2 more. They have 10 total unique ones. They haven't revealed the other ones.
be
And
revealed,
then they say
making a total of 10 unique
Hold on.
bosses you can encounter. While the
Part 1 lineup was incredibly intense and might overshadow these in terms of recognition. So maybe the phase 1s were way harder.
Part 1 lineup was incredibly intense and might overshadow these new additions in terms of recognition.
Yeah, Sengun.
Our art team has
I've
team
never
is
done
missing
any
too much.
C7s or whatever.
Same, I've
I'll
only
need
done
you to
5.
carry me.
reimagined Uturi,
Well, it's
Jigui,
different. You'll see.
and Child in Blue based on
Is
myths
there a
and
limit
legends,
or minimum?
making
They
them
don't-
feel
I don't
fresh
know.
and
Unclear.
exciting.
Yeah.
Take Uturi for instance, inspired by the
You need
Korean
a whole
folktale The Baby
guild.
Generalissimo. Here, Uturi is depicted as a magpie, symbolizing wise and common folk, adding a layer of heroic symbolism. The soldiers aiding Uturi are
A
designed as
magpie
merit,
boss.
red beans, and
It's
beans,
creative.
Look at
enhancing
his
the
bean
character's charm.
soldiers!
I
I love this. Look at that.
Each boss boasts a distinct
They got a
combat
little
style.
archer, a little spear guy, and a
Uturi
freaking
wields a
sword
massive
shield
slingshot,
dude.
continuously summoning its minions.
Okay,
red
watch
bean
this. I think they're
swordsmen,
gonna show
millet
the
spearmen,
fight.
and
Watch
bean
this
archers
shiz.
to keep up the
It's
assault.
gonna be crazy.
We want to slow it down for the fight.
Uturi also locks onto the weakest
slow it down,
adventurer
I'll
with
repeat it.
precise aim,
Okay.
right at the start of the battle,
Look at how many minions.
and
there's-
focuses solely on this target until the fight is over. When Uturi unleashes
Okay. Let's watch it back again. But on.
and we have no idea what the mechanics are at all.
Nope.
Uturi wields a massive slingshot, continuously summoning its minions.
If you notice, this is a
Blending
ranger's
swordsmen, melee
perspective, but there's a
spearmen, and
Meiwa in this
archers
fight. Or not a
to keep up the
Meiwa,
assault.
Meigu. You can see her flower
Uturi-
abilities. On the
Oh,
Meigu
you're right.
somehow.
I didn't even see him. Is this a ranger?
Also
Or...
locks onto the weakest adventurer with precise
There's
aim.
like Sork abilities there. There's a
right at
Wusa, I think,
the
maybe right there on the
start of
left.
battle.
Looks like a Megu too.
There's so much going on.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton going on.
solely
There was
on
the
this
effects from the Meigu over
target
here.
until
There's someone
the
over here
fight
teleporting
is
on the right.
over. When
Yeah, I think that was the
Freaking
Mega.
crazy,
You
dude.
could see her at the last frame there. She's wearing like some white
Uturi unleashes
outfit.
a powerful attack. It is crucial to either share the damage with the targeted adventurer or retaliate to keep your strategy intact. Jigui, meaning fire,
Oh, it looks like a sick boss, dude.
lives up to its name with a blazing display of flames in combat.
Yeah, look at all this freaking. Okay, so there's the
Each
ranger.
boss has
Then
its
there was like a witch over here on the right.
own unique flair and
And
characteristics.
there's someone
so
else
there's
up there,
plenty to
another
look
Meiwa or
forward to.
Meigu up there on the front line.
As you might have noticed from
Yeah.
the battle scenes, Black
Yeah,
Shrine 2 is designed for
okay, they're gonna
cooperative
be
play
multiplayer.
rather than solo adventures.
Oh, there it
Initially,
is.
we aimed to develop a guild raid involving 10 or 20
Dude,
players.
look at
But to boost
Bulgasol!
the sense of achievement via teamwork and
Okay,
strategy,
this five
we
player boss.
pivoted to
Dang,
the
I see.
multiplayer part
wait,
of boss.
rewind
Black
that.
Shrine
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
Bulbasaur.
They said they were planning to do 10 to
Originally.
20 men.
As you
Yeah, so these are
If
built
you
around.
remember the Calpheon Ball, they talked about. It was either Yeah, it was Calpheon Ball, where they talked about how the way to progress the new weapon was going to be through like basically guild raids or player raids. It was going to be an advancement on the guild boss system, but it's also tied to Land of the Morning Light too. But I guess it
might have
didn't work
noticed
out or
from the battle
whatever.
scenes, Black Shrine 2 is designed for cooperative play rather than
I
solo
hope they do
adventures.
eventually
Initially-
bring out some kind of like 10, 20 man thing.
Dude, look at this. Dude, the detail on this is insane. He's freaking huge, dude. Is that what is that? A tamer or a Meiwa? Not even up to his knee. Holy frick! Who's that up here? What the? We got someone flying. Is that a lawn?
What am I looking at? Oh, it's a leg bent. It's a
That's a
knee.
leg.
It's a knee. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's her two
a
legs
very
together.
long leg.
Must be a Meiwa.
Yeah.
Or not Meiwa, Alanya. And then this is what? Wusa, right? And then Musa.
Initially, we aimed to develop a guild raid involving 10 or 20 players. But to boost the sense of achievement via teamwork
Sense
and
of
strategy,
teamwork-
we pivoted to a
achievement,
5-player
teamwork, and
party boss.
strategy.
Black Shrine 2 brings some changes compared to the
Okay.
original.
Hmm.
The most significant change is that you'll be using your own gear.
Oh, gear limiters.
We kept the difficulty
I
level
could be an
simple,
elitist.
Yes.
offering just normal and difficult modes for you to
Normal
choose
and
from.
difficult. Okay. So there's only two difficult
Additionally,
modes.
in Black Shrine 2, you cannot recover HP through conventional means.
Big deal.
This includes potions or character skills that would normally recover
Can't use
HP.
HP regen
You can only regain
skills.
HP
What?
through special
Yeah.
recovery orbs summoned during the battle.
Yeah,
When
but
a-
like on Zerker, I could always game it because I have HP on hit with my claws or stuff. So in this mode, Black Shrine 2 specifically, you have no regen on your abilities. You can only do it through the orbs. So even if you have like a heal, like a Witch Wizard or a Shy, you don't
It's
have
not
that
the
now.
biggest deal ever.
That is big. That is a big deal. 'Cause
Those
some of the-
orbs will be
some of the
critical.
classes are imbalanced because of their heals or
Just don't
their
get
on
hit.
hits. True. You know, Ghost is right for once. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
When I go in,
Just don't get
real
hit.
talk
Guys,
though,
they can
I
only-
only do the C5s, whatever. But when I go in there, like I don't pop any.
Yeah, but you might have HP hit on your skill that you don't even recognize, right?
Yeah, there's
and your
like
potions
natural
pop
HP hit on a lot of
naturally.
stuff.
Bro,
Like your potion's not gonna be
Yeah.
doing anything the whole time. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Your infinite HP. Like there's
Yes,
things that are carrying
uh,
you.
I comprehend what it means to not have any regen.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's bigger than you think.
be revived a limited number
I've
of
never
times throughout the
PvP'd
fight.
before. I don't know what that is.
Okay, hold on. Let's
When
rewind this
recover
part.
HP.
Thank you.
You can only regain HP
You only get
through
the
special
orbs
recovery orbs summoned during the battle.
In the battle.
When a party
and
member
then
dies, they can only be
So who is
revived a
this? This
limited
is the
number of
bird?
You can be revived. Yeah, this is the Jigui bot. Not Jigui. This is Uturi.
Uturi, yeah.
So when a party member dies, they can only be revived a limited number of times. Okay, so you're gonna have like a few revives. Okay, this is pretty good. This is literally like Lost Ark's Guardian.
Limited
boss
number
fights.
of revives. Yeah, strange.
Well, like maybe like 3 per.
You
fight
think
or
it's like
something that, right?
total for the party or per person limit?
Oh, for the fight, for the whole party, for sure.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
definitely gonna have your anchor who's gonna die a bunch and
We'll
everybody
die
else is
3
gonna carry him,
times.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The unique auras of the Black Shrine, Sun, Moon, and Earth
The
will
auras
be
are
utilized
different,
differently
okay.
this time. Before the battle begins, adventurers will choose an aura.
Oh, there's so
And
much
this
going
choice
on in
will
this
determine
fight.
their unique roles during the fight. The Sun Aura can inflict crowd control effects like knockdown to the boss in certain situations. The Moon
Okay.
Aura can increase the number of revives for the party.
Okay.
Lastly, the Earth Aura can summon a certain number of HP
It's like
recovery
more
orbs,
HP recovery.
greatly aiding the party's
So if you need the
survivability.
easy mode, you get the Earth, and if you need the medium mode for revives while you're progging, you do blue, and then obviously do red for the hard mode because you got no extra heals, no extra revives, but you're gonna go
Was
ham
the
on that boss.
first option was it stuns? Can you pull it back up?
Yeah, you get special stuns.
That
and
seems
CCs
good,
in
man.
The, like he said, it triggers CCs in specific situations. So you guess you do like a
KD
if you
or
hit him
something?
during a mechanic, you basically are gonna have him sitting there like leaned over, like, oh, I'm dazed, you know, and then you can beat on him.
That's the
Something like that.
speedrunner option for sure, right? It's gotta
For
be.
sure. I think that ideally you'd probably you would just naturally go Earth, Moon, and then Sun as you're progressing as you learn the fights, right? Because you're gonna need HP to just tank hits, see what does damage, and then Moon when you're like actually on prog, so you're not using all
Yeah.
the extra orbs, but also you have the extra revive. So like if a mistake happens, and then
Yeah.
Sun's gonna be the. All right, guys, we're really doing it.
Number
But maybe
of
certain
HP
fights will require
recovery
different
orbs,
stuff. Maybe.
greatly aiding the party's survivability.
Who knows?
Adventurers
Chumps,
can
let's
mix
do
and match
this.
these 3 auras
Yeah.
based on playstyle
Leroy.
or the boss's characteristics before engaging in battle. Since these boss fights were designed with cooperation in mind, we aim to solidify each party member's role, emphasizing teamwork and sense of accomplishment.
Awesome.
Some of you might worry about being a burden on the rest of your party, but the overall difficulty is designed to be easier than Ataraxian.
Easier than Ataraxian? What?
What does that
Oh
really
my
mean?
gosh, this-
Yeah.
I want this to be hard.
I was
they
thinking
have
about
a
that.
difficult mode, so.
But it's not
True.
difficult.
They're saying it's easier than the dungeons. That boss fight did not look easy. You see that bird flipping around and shooting? Pew, 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 pew. He's dancing. He's got little minions out.
But even like Elvia Ataraxian is a joke for people with gear, right? I mean, it used to be
true.
hard
Yeah.
just a few years ago, which is
It
crazy.
used to be hard on every dungeon was pretty hard on release. Yeah.
Right on news. I wonder how
so
this
Guild
compared.
members will frequently engage in this content. We will prepare thoroughly to ensure it doesn't strain friendships.
Frequently engage in this content, we will
So they're
prepare
making it
thoroughly
easy.
to ensure it doesn't strain
Boring.
friendships. Also, note that the rewards can only be received once a week, just like
So
the
question,
no.
does this mean you have to run difficult to get better rewards, I assume? Or you're wasting time? Like, what's
That would
the
make
deal with
sense. That the higher gear score you are, the better reward you would get because you do the harder mode, right?
So, like, the first time we run this, like, at release, are we all going to be, like, trying to beat difficult so we get our first reward and then we learn everything on normal? Like, I'm kind of confused on that. Because I would
It
want to
depends.
think you could collect a better reward once, right?
It depends because we didn't know when the Land of Moonlight Part 1 came out, we didn't know what to do it in, but you learned to get the orbs to boost your power. You would do a level 5, then a level 3, and level 4, level 2, so you get your accuracy, your stamina, your 3 and 5 orb quest lines, because those unlock, more power for you. They're saying that this Black Shrine 2.0 is going to work completely differently, so I think it's going to be very different. So I don't know.
So we're going to rush quests probably, most likely to get all of our orbs unlocked, and then
Yeah, it
try
looks
and
like
take on
a-
difficult mode.
I'm curious if it's a flex group or if it's a locked at 5.
Is this gonna give us more orbs for the older bosses? Do you think?
I don't know.
Because you know how
Good question.
What does it show? Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, we only have like 6
There's
or 7
10
orbs right now, and there's
But
10
there's
total.
10. Yeah. So what's up with that?
I think they're revamping the whole system, so I think it's totally different. So I don't know. We'll see.
They need to add that.
It did say though that the rewards can only be received once a week. That is unfortunate.
Although Black Shrine 2 isn't a guild raid, we hope
Well,
it would
one more
still serve
comment,
as
Blondbear.
valuable guild content.
Would you
Huh?
Would you say that the current system is similar, that they can only be redeemed once a week, even though there's technically 5 batches of rewards you should be able to get? But it's still like, is the current system once per week by that definition? Would you say, even though there's technically 5 rewards you're claiming? Because that would give you the chance to run difficult after you've run normal to basically get the best tier reward, so that like basically you don't get it immediately, but you
So
would
the
have
way
the
that
ability.
it works in Black Shrine 1 is like if I did a level 4,
Yeah.
and then that would take up 1 ticket slot out of my 5. And then if I
Mhm.
did level 5, that would be 2 ticket slots. I feel like obviously.
Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah, you're right.
If you've got the time, you're gonna go into hard mode and see what it's like, and then you can re-clear it with the like. You would obviously go with the health orb one, right?
Yeah.
Or the revives, and then what you would do is after that, to make your time better, so you can get a better ranking with your group, then you would redo it with the red stuff. So you'd probably want to try the hardest difficulty to see what it's like at first.
Yeah.
And then go from there. You know what I mean?
Got it.
The tough part is and this is a question we asked when the first one was coming out because we thought it was going to be group based and then it wasn't, is if I run it with Group A, and then I have a group of Group B that wants to run with me, but I can't because I've already done it, does it take my best times, or can I run it infinitely afterwards but no reward? And do I have to run with specifically the same group of people to get a better time?
Weird, yeah.
That's going to be interesting. We'll see.
Therefore, if all 5 party members are from the same guild, the guild will receive additional benefits upon.
Oh, I did not see this. I didn't see this. Oh, frick, I didn't see this. I didn't see this when I watched this live.
I talked about this with people, but I guess I didn't realize that some people are going to be running it and not getting it, right? So
oh, shoot.
You need
dude.
to be in a guild, yeah.
If you run in a guild, you get double rewards. Oh, frick.
It doesn't say double explicitly, right?
Oh, it says additional benefits.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quadruple the rewards, guys. Additional.
The
Quadruple.
number of completions will accumulate.
Wait, yeah. Can you go back to the first part of that statement? Based on what? What did it say?
It's the boss blitz.
When they
the number of
successfully beat the
completions
boss
will
blitz as a guild
accumulate,
group.
and based on this, additional rewards will be given to all members once a week.
The number of completions will accumulate? What does that mean?
So it looks like there's a distribution period at the end, similar to what we
will be
have.
given to all guild members. So if your guild does a ton of the guild, like if you have a full guild doing all the guild group stuff
This is
together,
confusing, yeah.
then all guild members will get extra rewards. So they want to see the guild doing like, okay, so it's a 100-man guild, and you divide it by 5 party per members.
Something
If they
like
have
that.
20 completions on the boss, you're going to get insane rewards versus like, oh, if only like half the guild does it, then you get 10 rewards. So you're going to want people in your guild doing this stuff, or else you're going to freaking kick them.
You might get
because you're
penalized.
Inting the guild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Because you
point.
won't get the maximum reward. I guess it just depends on what that reward is, right? Like if it's like something big, then like guilds are going to require people to do it. It's like, who hasn't run their thing? Dude, people are going to be making Discord spreadsheets over who's in what group.
Dropping
and who's
people.
running it.
Yeah.
Holy shiz, man.
That's good though.
All right, you couldn't complete hard mode. Go do easy mode, blah 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 boss, because that's the easiest one. Okay, do your Jigwee and your Uturi on normal mode. Okay, we'll have one of our carries help you out or something. Oh well, I don't know if you can mix groups actually. Okay, we need to. Okay, we're gonna keep watching.
We also plan to support guild rankings based on boss blitz time.
Guild rankings.
So we hope that this will strengthen the bonds among guild members.
That's cool. Very cool.
And when you're with guild members, even though you completed the boss blitz yesterday, other guild members may need help completing it today.
Right.
We've added a feature to give likes to guild members who assist each other in
Likes
boss
is a weird
battles.
word.
Okay. Well,
Hearts.
no. So they currently have a like system in the game with the what is it? The blue chat, the group chat.
Yeah, some group
where
chat
if you
stuff.
give someone likes based on them helping you in that chat for the
That
monster
is
fighting
the
or the PvP one,
dumbest,
you get special
scummiest
titles and all kinds of stuff. So I think that's the likes they're saying is you click on the name and you like their comment and they get special.
I
banners
think
and
that's
stuff
a
like
terrible feature,
Do they have-
and the one they have in the chat is also terrible.
Do they have a dislike button?
No.
I think the concept is like, hey, like Blondbear's always helping everybody out. So like when he types in chat, I'm gonna give him likes.
The
and then he's gonna
concept
special
is
title.
great, but the way it's actually done isn't.
Yeah, obviously everybody's gonna like everybody, and it doesn't really matter.
All right,
But
Bomber, I
think-
need you to like me 50 times this
I'm
week.
just saying. I think if you do it in good faith, that's the point. But it's not a big deal. It's just a title. It doesn't mean it's probably gonna be a regular blue title.
Say
doesn't
that
even
to
look
someone
cool.
who cares about titles.
Well, the title's gonna go away, so it's one of those that's gonna not count towards your total, so it doesn't really matter.
Like
right?
the GM titles?
Like
Are you
every
telling me those
yeah,
are
like every
important?
title that's temporary. Yeah, every title that's temporary. You know.
Is there gonna be
But
like quantity of use with like the number of runs you can do? Like, if a guild, it sounds like there's gonna be a leaderboard based on fastest completion for a guild, right? But is there a point to like, basically, is it based on unique members who are running? You think over like just number of runs?
That is something I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I don't know because currently the system is separated by classes, right? In Black Shrine 1 we have classes, and it doesn't matter if you're Awakened or Succession. You're getting competing with the same thing. So obviously you want to run the best
one.
PVE spec. So I am curious to see if this is going to be class specific or if it's just guild rankings, just so you can see, oh man, Blondbear's like in the top 5 for his whole guild because he helps everybody out. Like I don't know. We'll see.
It's crazy.
I mean, if
Min-max.
I have to freaking go and solo carry every single normal after I do my hard run and then I solo carry a bunch of people through normal mode, I mean, I just might have to freaking do that so I can get the 20 million guild rewards. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell them to play freaking shy, buff me, and I'll kill this boss real quick for you. You know what I mean?
I love how much life, stuff they added to the game.
Hold
it's
on.
great for us. Life
We're only 1/3 of the way through the ball. We got lots of content to see. So just wait. Just wait.
Guild members who receive many likes will be specially marked on the guild member list. And if the accumulated number of likes exceeds a certain threshold, a special title will be awarded.
Cool.
Many adventurers expressed their disappointment that the previous Black Shrine wasn't a party-type boss,
Mm-hmm.
and we hope Black Shrine 2 will fill that gap.
Let's go.
Here we
Next
go.
up, we have Palace Management, which is a new life skill content coming.
Oh my
from the
god,
Millennium
life
Soul.
skills!
Once you complete the
Who
main
just
quest line,
complained
Jordan,
about life
that
skills?
too!
unlock multiple production nodes
Let's
within the
go!
Palace. Here, you will be able to acquire some
Oh my
unique
god,
materials. What sets
worker
Global
nodes.
Palace production nodes apart
Oh my
from others
god.
is that they have individual node levels.
Node levels!
There will be various benefits to raising the level of a node, such as a greater chance of rare materials or a change in
Ooh.
produced items. You can increase
Crazy
node levels through
screenshot
various
right
means.
there.
Dude, this looks insane. I think Jimmy and I counted there was like 30 freaking names here.
Yeah.
For all these NPCs you gotta run special quests for to then get your special sub-nodes, special items. That's freaking awesome.
We see blue versus regular names, so there's clearly some sort of like tier or like significance. We don't know.
Something.
The blue ones are special.
I am so... This looks so cool. I don't even like life
You're
skills,
the
but this looks
blue ones.
awesome.
Such as completing quests from certain NPCs or delivering
Delivering
items.
items? What?
The items produced from these
What is
nodes
it, like
have various
Amity?
uses. Some can be combined and sold in Balanos for a decent amount of silver,
Balanos.
Okay.
while
Yeah.
others may
Money.
serve as ingredients for crafting rare items. Since items produced from each node can change periodically, adventurers should invest strategically across all nodes to obtain the items they most need.
Okay.
One of the benefits of Palace Management is that it also offers automated processing and trade.
Automated
Once adventurers
processing and
have set
trading?
up the initial
What?
processes for automated item production and processing trade goods, the only manual task remaining will be to sell the completed trade goods to vendors. As
What is that, like actual node workers? Not just people collecting stuff and putting in a bank for you, but you actually designate...
Unclear.
Very
you
unclear.
actually designate these guys to craft this box and then take it to this town and sell it?
It's super unclear.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it
but
said
what
you.
do you think?
I think it said you have to turn it in.
You have to sell the final material, but they'll
Right.
craft it and
But
transport it.
they'll,
Or
yeah,
something,
they'll like
right?
process for you.
Yeah, but
and-
does that mean there's 3 workshops there only?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. They said there's 3 sub nodes and tons of NPCs to do quests for. So I mean, there's lots. To...
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, but have you made a trade crate before?
Yeah, I made one.
All right. Well, you need a workshop and a worker, and you need
Yeah, I think
the
they're gonna
materials
revamp that
in
whole
that
system
town.
though. That's the whole thing. Is this whole is a
Well, let's
revamped
hope
system?
it's a good one.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Awesome.
As mentioned earlier, production items will change periodically, so as long as you check in occasionally to see the new items,
There's like a
this can
rotation of
serve as
items.
fun
Oh,
and
like a
profitable way to earn
rotation
extra silver.
shop. That's freaking cool. That's kind of cool.
I hope it's profitable.
Look at
That's
the
my
new
thought,
items
you
from
know.
the Land of the Morning
It should be
Light Soul.
good.
Well, I mean, they did sell for a substantial amount of silver, right? Is the sellable materials to the processing. So I mean,
You'd hope, yeah. Yeah.
I hope that'd be
Next up,
awesome.
this is something you've all long waited for: the new primordial tier weapons, the Sovereign.
The
Sovereign weapons are a
Sovereign!
completely new tier, unlike existing Black Star weapons
my
or.
God.
We can just
Fire
skip this part,
Spear.
guys.
Yeah,
Look at
irrelevant,
this.
not
What this
content.
means is that the Sovereign
Oh
weapons
my
will be
God,
the highest
it's
grade items in
glowing
Black Desert
gold,
going
it's
forward.
black
Given
shooter.
how impressionable the Black Star weapons appear,
Oh my
we felt it only
God.
fair
Dude,
to
it's got
devote
an
a
eagle on the
substantial amount of
hilt.
our efforts on their look as well.
See
And
that?
applied a Dark Bonghong motif, complete with a visual effect on par with the theme.
Look at that! It's got an eagle face on it, or a phoenix or something, bro.
Pretty
This
wild.
looks sick.
Only main and awakening weapons will be available at release.
Gosh,
Oh my
dang.
God.
And that's a drag, you're saying?
Dude, of course they picked Drac, Warrior, and Valk as the front line.
Freaking nuts, dude. Such a sick
There are
Oh my
lineup.
no
gosh,
plans
dude,
for a
look at
sub-weapon
the...
version,
I
but-
thought that this was Awakening Valk because of the lance is so big. I was like, what? But this looks like a bird face with like the feathers glowing off of it. Holy frick. I love this.
This will be considered after the initial release.
There will be 3 methods to craft these epic weapons. The first method involves combining a pen Black Star weapon with a new item from the Black Shrine, the
Okay.
Primordial Flame.
Traditional method.
From the
of
Black
playing.
This
Shrine,
method of
yep.
combining the pen Black Star weapon
Yep.
with a new item may be most familiar to veteran adventurers. Yet
Okay.
Pause. Yeah.
Flame
Description.
revealed the
you
energy
got
of the
it.
sun that illuminated all things after the separation of once connected to heavens and earth. Okay, cool.
Flame's
crafting-
probably.
Huh?
It's probably so rare because the pen Black Star is so expensive.
This is
You think it's 1 to 150, right? Billion of rarity. Like that's where mentally you should be comparing.
dude. It is a. Are any of the flames red quality? Aren't they all yellow quality?
Definitely yellow. Yeah.
And this is a red quality one. It doesn't have a price on it. Not available. I'm curious if that's just because they don't have it set up in the game yet.
What does it say there? It says except the Bongling statue, top land, the morning lights.
Yes,
Mount
it's the
Ashi.
processing method. Possess the primordial flame, which is that, and one of the following items, which is the Black Star Main or Awakening.
Mhm.
And then accept the quest line, crafting quest from the Bong Wong statue, atop land of the morning lights, Mount Ashi.
Pretty sick.
Okay.
Acquiring the primordial flame will be challenging.
You think the
second
sovereign's
method
gonna be
involves combining
sellable?
2 Pen Black Star weapons.
Yes.
I hope not. I actually hope it isn't.
Wow.
But we'll see.
See, on
Basically,
this it
2
says
Pen Black
combine
Stars
2
become one
Pen
sovereign.
Black Star weapons,
No
but it
additional
doesn't say you
materials
have to
are
have
required.
2 of the same.
The final method
Then on
involves
Yeah.
combining a
it
Pen Black
does.
Star
I was
weapon.
curious, if you have like 2 main hands and you have your main hand in Awakening, can you put 2 main hands into either of them, or does it have to be identical, or does it have to be... I think they're obviously using the most basic explanation to explain it, but I am curious if it can be any weapon, or if it has to be an Awakening or a pre-Awakening specific. That is something I am curious about, but we won't know obviously till it comes, until they go into more specifics about it, you know what I mean?
I have to ask if do you guys think Dragon Slayer weapons, since they are indeed Pen Boss, will count as Awakening qualifiers for Pen Boss
Is it-
C20?
It's a yellow quality, right?
It is. It's the only
You
non.
can't Cafris it, can you?
You can. You can C20.
Is it cheaper than regular boss?
Just slightly for Cafris, but it's very close, I think.
Maybe. I guess we'll see.
You'd think it
With
would
the
be.
boss weapon
Yeah.
at
This
Cactus
is the
level
most
20,
interesting
along
thing.
with another new item,
It is.
the Gem of Twilight.
Because I talked to on the Blue Squadrons podcast with Jay Kuhn. I've talked about this where we're like, oh, is it going to be a flame? Oh, is it going to be a collectible embers? Oh, are you going to be able to use C20 weapons? And I said there's no shot they would let you do C20 weapons. It'd be insane because the difference between the Black Star and the Kaffir market and this and that.
Yep.
They wouldn't do that. This is extremely surprising.
I've been saying they were gonna do that forever. I knew it was coming.
It just blows my mind because in my head, I don't know any new player that's using boss gear. You go straight from Tuvala to Black Star. You would never have the old boss gear. And on top of that, anybody that's still playing with that, I mean, I guess this is a returning player method, but like, I don't know anybody that's actively using C20 weapons other than people that are memeing. It just blows my mind that they would do a system like this because Black Star's been the main staple, and they are giving out the free Tet Black Star and everything. So why would you even? It's so interesting.
It's a Cafris burner, right? Like it's almost like they're trying to balance their market by saying, hopefully this will help equalize.
Yeah,
those
you're right.
markets.
Oh, there won't be enough Black Stars. There's not going to be enough Black Stars for every single player to have a second set of them. So maybe this is the alternative, and Cafris exist on the market ad infinitum. So maybe this is their this is your backup.
If you think about it economically, right? Not that I have an economics degree, but if you look at like the difference of cost between a Pen Black Star and what a C20 is, because that was like the whole debate that occurred before this ball, was like, well, the C20 is going to be cheaper, but really all this is just saying that there exists a price between C20 Cafris Boss and the Pen Black Star, and that is the Gem
whatever
of
that
Twilight.
cost is, that's the Gem of Twilight. The Gem of Twilight's probably going to be a vendor item that's going to cost you like 20 or 30 bill.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking is 20 to 30 bill. I don't think it's going to be more than that. I think it'd be insane if it's like 50 bill or something, but I think it's going to be 20 to 30.
Because what this should do, like in the long term, is
Bro, why is it gonna be so much? It's not like C20 is not that expensive.
Well,
to make.
They did say it was going to be the most expensive route, so.
Correct.
Where did they say that? Is it about to be said?
You'll see it in a minute. Yeah, they're about to say it. The way that I think about it is like if you take Cafrs at like what? They're like at what, 2 million? You need 33,000 Cafrs for a Dandelion. It's 33,000. That's like 33,000 at 2. It's going to be like 79, 80 billion silver raw, right? So that is like 20 bill less than like 100 billion silver for a Black Star.
Cheapest
right?
Pen Black Star.
The cheapest Pen Black Star. Pen Black Stars have floated for Awakening between like 120 to 160. I mean, even at their highest, they were like 160, 180, right? So I feel like, I mean, they could maybe sell it for 50 bill. I think it's just gonna be like 20 or 30. I'd be surprised if it's over 30, but I mean,
how much does C20 cap first cost?
I told you 80 bill. At 2.0, 2.1 price, it's gonna be 80 bill. But if you're looking at 3.0, you're looking at 100 to 110 bill.
I feel like it's similar price. It's similar price enough because, like, technically a dandy shouldn't be worth 3 rebuild.
Yeah, it's a statement they're about to make that's making everyone think the way they are, which is that it's the
Right.
most expensive. We don't know
Yeah, let
why
me
they
just-
would
let me-
guarantee that.
yeah, let
That's
me
the
play
weird
it,
part
and
of
we
all
can
this.
go from it.
Yeah.
The Gem of Twilight will also be obtainable from the main continent, but considering the value of the
Main
materials involved,
continent.
this method would be the most expensive of them all.
Considering the value, so that's key. Yeah, considering the value of the materials involved,
Oh,
this method
you
would be
can't.
the most expensive.
It's Dandy, Offen, or Zarka. You can't do the.
Oh, you got no Dragon Slayer. Look at
no
you.
Dragon Slayer.
Look at you.
Okay, let me read this. It says, a rare gemstone would be with the twilight glow of the setting sun over millennia, extracted from ancient rocks. Holding in your hand, you can feel a mysterious warmth emanating from within. Now, this is what I'm curious. Is this going to have a price on the market? And is it going to be grindable?
Life skill content.
No way.
It could be life skill content. It might be extracted from ancient rocks. Wait a
It's
second.
probably talking about Olins or
Is
some
that
stupid
Olins?
shit.
No, come
Is
on.
that Olins?
Come on.
No way.
Or
no
or
way.
Mining
Is
croc.
Mining.
Ruby Emerald.
Yeah.
Shut
Oh,
the
you
hell
can
up,
buy
Jordan.
those?
Shut up, Jordan.
You need 100,000 rubies? What?
Dude, if they add anything like that, like I'm literally like turning you into the.
Oh my god. This is gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited, dude.
So
Okay.
considering the value, it just seems like they're going to price it somewhere between 20 and 50, right? Like 80, 90%. It has to be, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's gonna be between there, but I'd be surprised if it's on the top end. I think it'll be on the low end. But it'd be cool if this is grindable and sellable. But I mean, I guess these are gonna be like really ultra rare drops, right? Like I mean, they're red quality drops, so.
If it's not
That's a cool
tradable and you get one, then you're going to feel forced to get the Kafra C20. That's the other interesting thing.
That's what made me think this was a vendor item, because it's like it would be silly that it's not a vendor.
Wait,
item.
wait. Do you know people
good
that have
point.
played the game for more than 5 minutes that don't have a Pen Dandy or Pen Zarkus sitting around on their account?
I didn't have one until this. Why would I have one? Why would anyone have one?
Like, because you played in 2017?
You should have sold it a long time ago, right?
You never made a seasonal pen? What?
Seasonal pens aren't even a thing. What do you mean?
What do you mean they're not a thing?
They become tets, and then you extract them.
And then you make it a pen.
Why would you make it a pen?
I've never had anyone ever turn their tets into pens. They
You-
go straight from pen to Vala
Yeah.
into other stuff.
And you do
Because they-
tet beg, or you do tet grit or
Yes,
Gieth. You don't go
so that
weapon.
you can convert it. Yeah, you don't get
Some
the
weapons a
whatever.
bunch. You guys just don't. You're not on my level.
I've done like
I'm
one
talking
or
about
two
new
lifetime.
players, not veteran players that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah, I don't think it's. That's the thing. Like, I think that if the Gem of Twilight is not a vendor drop, it's gonna have like severe and important implications to like the pen boss market. But if it's not,
Yeah, it's gonna be
then it
very
might not
odd.
move it at all.
Because I have a pen dandy sitting in my bank, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do the Kafra route. And then I was like, bro.
How'd you get that?
I probably I tapped Tuvala weapon when I converted it as a meme.
Wait.
and it went.
I thought people don't do that though. I'm confused.
I'm not a new player. So I was like, well, what am I gonna do with this thing? I guess when the Black Stars came out, I swapped it out, and I was like, well, I can't sell it. I was like, oh, maybe one day they'll make it convertible. But then, like, looking at the cost of the Kafros, looking at the cost of, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm just gonna get another Black Star or something. I don't know. Like, or get a flame. I'll just wait for a flame, right? Like there's no reason to rush getting the Kafros or the Black Star because you could just get the raw flame drop. Because it's probably going to be where you an ember situation where you get a bunch of embers and then you just combine it, right? Like, why would they not make it like that? Why would they make it like insanely ultra rare? Plus, however many enhancement stones we're going to be getting from the event stuff, like, you're going to be tapping one weapon. You're not going to be focusing on both at the same time. So I think I'm just going to get mine and.
You
go
say
from
that,
there.
but you're gonna be self-balancing them, surely, no? Like, a lot of
Wait,
people will have enhancement materials, and it gets more difficult. So, like, you're gonna go per most efficient point. You're not gonna just focus on one weapon, right?
I mean, by the time I get even close to tapping a second weapon, I'll probably have the flame by then, I imagine, right? I think in Land of Mornlight, what, it took like 4 weeks of the weeklies to get enough embers for a flame?
Yeah, okay, but my whole counter argument is that we have 3 months where everyone who's like efficient is probably just gonna get 2 pen Black Stars and get their weapons out the bat, and then if anything, they either make one for profit, if that's an option, when they get a flame. Or if
I think the most efficient
yeah.
route right now is to sell everything. Make as much money as you can, because obviously, as soon as this is released, everything's going to go down in price, right? It's not going to stay up at the top. So, like, you might as well sell Cavers while they're going to sit at 3 mil probably, and then when they go back down to 2, when people get over the hype, I mean, that's when to do it, right? You know what I mean? So.
Jordan, do you think
I don't know, I
Kafris
guess-
will tank?
Interesting.
Jordan knows.
What, Jordan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jordan,
you
where
have
are
all the
cameras
info, dude.
going?
We
Where's
want your
the
take,
camera
man.
whisperer? Where are they going?
It's hard to say, right?
I think they're gonna go down. The only reason why is because I think PA wants new players to speed up, and if you make Kaffers go higher, it makes it harder for new players.
You don't think a bunch of players are going to be all these PvPers are going to be converting all of their dandelions to the new thing by buying all the Kaffers? Because I mean, they already went up from 2.1 to like whatever they're at now, 2.4 or something. I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
I guess it depends on that because they
you
said
need-
the most expensive route. So say that is a vendor item. What if that vendor item's 100 bill?
That would be
Just
ridiculous.
for the Gem of Twilight.
You'd be paying 200 bill for. You could have just bought a Black Star.
Right, and then the Black Stars pump up to 200
Because
bill or
it's
whatever.
not like the limiter is the getting the pen dandelion or getting the pen Zarka. The limiter is
Yet.
getting this new item, right?
Yeah.
Well, you say yet, but I mean, you just make a seasonal character, convert their weapon, cron it, because it's only like what 100, 200 crons.
Oh, it's like
300?
450 for an awakening
Yeah,
weapon.
that's dirt cheap, bro. I'm tapping 11k on the the Debo. This is nothing.
Yeah, but that's still like at least 10 to 20 bill,
or you're
right?
just raw tapping it because you're using baby stacks on this, right?
But 10 to 20 bill is still more significant than what they're at right now. Like, there's no way the market could sustain if they were actually valuable. I don't know. There's a trade-off there for sure. But
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. That's an interesting point, though. That if the vendor price is higher, that basically means that Black Stars are going up. Like, that's
For sure.
the trade-off. Yeah. It's
Because
cool.
you're gonna want to buy the Black Star instead of this thing.
We put a lot of thought into the means of crafting the sovereign. On one hand, we wanted to preserve the value of the painstakingly earned pen Black Star weapons. On the
I
other,
felt that,
though
by
these
the
are to
way.
become the highest grade weapons, we didn't want to make them too difficult to obtain. Thus, we came to offer 3 crafting methods, which we hope will suit the different playstyles of
I think
all
it's
our
pretty smart for them
adventurers.
to do the 3 crafting.
Next, we'll
methods.
be going over the features of the Sovereign weapon. Unlike other weapons, the Sovereign will only have 10 enhancement levels.
10?
Originally, we planned to use the existing levels from 0 to 15, then on a Pride of Pen, but that felt a bit excessive.
True.
Therefore, since we're introducing the new primordial tier of weapons, we felt having only 10 enhancement
Get ready to
levels
pause.
was further added to its novelty.
Yep.
While Pen is currently the ultimate level of enhancement in Black Desert, we wanted the primordial tier weapons to surpass that.
Surpass.
Thus, the Sovereign weapons will be enhanceable for 10 levels from...
So what are we seeing here? This is a great sword.
This is the base sovereign weapon.
Yeah, awakening.
This is your awakening. I think I did the math. This is equivalent to your pen Black Star. So this is just converting it over. It's got the same stats and everything. 25 monster damage, 10 species, and then it's 131 to 142 with 12 accuracy.
And that's 3 Agris
So
that I see, right? For the first
this is
click.
3 Agris Essence
Not very
for
much.
it to go to the next thing.
That's like Naru level, man. I just want to point out. So plus
As
1
well,
should be free.
under this, you're also looking at the upgrade effects, which they're about to talk about, where you can rotate basically different stuff into your weapon to have better stats or different like stuff. You get bonuses.
Yeah.
A weapon imbued with the divine energies of the heavenly Jade Emperor who appeared atop Mount Ahashi and decreed to Bong Wong become a beacon to illuminate this land alongside my son. Ooh, that's spoilers. Story spoilers.
Whoa.
All right.
Pride, Duo, Tri, all the way up to Oct, Nav, and Deck.
This is Pry to Pen.
So much
We're
here.
going up 1 AP here with 1 accuracy and 1 monster damage. 1 more AP, 1 more accuracy, 1 more monster damage. 1 more AP, 1 more accuracy. It seems to go 1, 1, 1.
And then-
here at Tet, you get 2.
Yeah.
At Tet, you're getting 2 AP, 2 accuracy, and still 1 monster damage.
But it's still 1 monster damage. Interesting.
Huh.
Good catch.
Okay. And then Pen, it goes back up to 1 more, and then you get 1 accuracy and 1 more monster damage.
And can you keep track of that number for
wanted to-
Pen to the
Yeah.
next level?
And then we've also got the Agris attempts are, so it was 3 to get to Pry if you fail it, 5 to get to Duo, 7 to get to Try, 15 to get to Tet.
It's a big jump.
20 to get to Pen.
Yeah.
And 30, yeah, it goes like double, 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 and then it's 15, 20, 30. Okay. Interesting.
To preserve the Roman numeral system used for naming the enhancement levels as before. The reason for this...
Okay, here we go.
And that's 50? Is that what that says?
So it went up another 1 AP, 1 accuracy, 1 monster damage, and then it goes up another 1, 1, 1, and then at 8, sorry, 7, 8, yeah, 8, it goes up 2 again. So 2 AP, 2 accuracy, and 1 monster damage. The aggro levels are also 50. It goes from what was it, 30 to 50 to 75, and then from 75 to 8, so 7 to 8 is a 250 jump to get to 9. So it feels like people are going to be getting to like 5, 6, 7, and then 7 to like.
And months
10
will
is gonna be
pass.
the real hard
You'll get into
stuff.
relationships and find jobs and move on in life.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's also a 2 jump from 7 to 8 is a 2 AP 2 accuracy jump, and 8 to 9 is another 2 AP jump, but it's 1 accuracy and 1 monster damage, and then it's another 2 AP jump. So you're getting 2, 2, and 2 off of these last 3.
And monster damage is just 1, 1, 1 along with the accuracy for the last 3, right?
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot.
500 attempts per pen. Holy cow. That's scary. This from a base, what, you're getting, what, 12 accuracy, right? I think, because it's 12, so you're going to 24. And we're going up, what, 14 AP, I think it is, total? From 131 to 145 is 14 AP.
Is
Kinda
that
a bit
right?
of AP, huh?
2, 2, 2.
It's going to be a big AP jump. What do you guys think?
How many crons per level?
Can we cron?
That is the question.
We spent like
That
an
is
hour
the
talking about
question.
this yesterday.
I was talking to Jimmy about this, how I don't know if they'll require crons. I feel like crons are needed for literally everything in the game, and it would be stupid for them to not use crons because that's how they make their money by selling costumes, multiple crons.
But there's
But
a
I
line
feel like-
coming, right? We got to hear the line.
I
think
feel
it's like manos, and it just stays though.
Yeah, I think it might be like that because this is similar to Lost Ark where you have these insane pity levels. 50 attempts, 75 attempts, 250. Imagine that many cron attempts. Imagine 250 cron attempts. Like and what's the cron cost?
What are
gonna
you
be for this
talking
item?
about, bro? There's a Fallen God armor is 1,000 crons.
Only
Yes.
for the last level.
No one's clicking that. That's the last level. What is it? Tet is 40, 30, 40, 20?
50.
It is
50?
50.
That's pretty high. But
That's like
you're
rank 5 of
obviously
10.
gonna get it
Yeah.
before that because you're hitting it on a 4% chance, which is roughly on the 20th attempt on a 200 stack growing.
45th.
I don't know if it's gonna be because this is an insane amount of attempts. If you add all these together, it's like 500. That's 750. That's 850. That's
So many.
900.
Yeah.
It's almost. I think it's like
Well,
1,000
I hope
attempts.
they don't go down when they fail. I hope it's just.
I mean,
in order to get the mats
the-
to click it. It's
Yeah, the counter argument,
you're-
which you just found, Blondbear, is that if
I
you add
do
those,
think-
it's literally just like a Pen Fallen God armor. It's just that they've dispersed it over
Sure, but
5
you gotta
ranks.
do this 2 times right now, maybe a 3rd time for the weapon, for the offhand. You got to do this not once, but 2 times with both of your weapons. There's no way it's gonna
And
be
your
12.
armor.
There's
on
4
sword.
armors though, yeah. Like that's the other. I mean,
Sure.
if they're wanting
But-
people to look at it realistically, like people will
This is
go
the
for
problem
it.
with NA. Just a bunch of AP monkeys. They can't notice that Fallen God
Okay,
armor.
there is a way different dynamic going from Pride Duo Try on the Fallen God armors versus the dynamic of
I know,
going
I'm
for
just giving you
10.
shit.
I know. For 10 levels of the weapon,
That's true.
there's no way it's going to be upgradable, downgradable. Like you're going to be YOLOing
So,
base through.
my
I mean,
only-
based on those average numbers, it might be.
My
but
only counter argument, you just got to think of it like, what if this is taking ranks 1 through 5, right, Pride through Pen, and that is the equivalent Fallen God armor process of Pride to Tet, right, or base to Tet, whatever, and then Tet to Pen is basically the last 5 ranks zoomed in and broken out, so that this is an achievable but insane goal.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't think we should even theory.
that's
craft this
my
shit.
theory anyway. It's just
I mean,
something
it's
that's
interesting
possible.
to think about.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I talked to Jimmy about an hour about this method.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's-
my point.
I think it's
And we have an
interesting.
hour left on this.
The video
this,
still.
call.
Yeah.
Listen, you know, it is what it is.
You can theory
This
craft
10-level
later.
system wasn't solely to make the enhancement process hard. Getting through each enhancement level for Black Star weapons
important.
and the Fallen God defense gear.
Oh, this screenshot's important. I didn't see this.
Let's pause it again.
This is how they're equating the hitting the levels, like you just said, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like the idea would be like the Tet is like the 6 to 7 to 8 range pushing to Pen. I didn't see this the first time I watched this.
It felt quite burdensome for some.
It's just 10.
Thus, we
it
wanted
is.
to reduce the
Yeah.
daunting
It is,
feeling
man.
between levels while still offering a more balanced.
What does this mean?
It looks like we're getting new AP brackets. maybe.
Yeah, like if you're 321 to 326.
Yeah, it's 100% new AP brackets, just like I called like when I came back. Anyway, I said this was coming. Anyway, we all knew it was happening eventually. They're basically saying that you're getting more bonus AP.
range.
Because right
Do they have
now,
current AP brackets?
they stop at 340 right now, Blondbear. And you only get like 2 or 3 AP around every bracket
I don't know
from
why they're putting
316.
397 here. Who's got 397 AP?
Well, with
I don't think you can even
Nuver
hit that.
and a Pen Awakening, and what does
I
that
meant like
put you at?
340 with a Nuver, and then 10
sh-
more is only going to put me at 350.
14
You're
more
good,
though, right?
maybe.
Isn't it 14 more? I think we said 14.
Yeah, 350.
Yeah, but maybe this is like
Rifle
ahead of the
theory.
new accessories that are going to be more AP accessories.
Yeah, I
red,
guess we'll see.
red accessories.
Regarding the difficulty, we kept the Fallen God defense gear in mind, as while the final levels will be extremely challenging, the overall enhancement
Wait,
process was designed
the
to feel
Fallen God.
balanced.
Okay.
However, the
interesting.
sovereign weapons will require exclusive materials, which will take quite some time to amass. While crafting the weapon itself can be done quickly through the 3 methods mentioned above, the enhancement process itself will not be skippable, especially for adventurers with sizable.
This is an interesting line. The enhancement process itself will not be skippable. That's what makes me think that you're not going to be able to sell it or buy it. Because the skipping of that process for people with quote-unquote sizable pockets
It's probably just
is-
saying no crons.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's what I was gonna say. It's either you can't sell it and buy it on the market by skipping that process, or
No,
you
I-
aren't going to be able to cron
It's
it.
gotta be
because you have
cron.
to-
I think
you have to
I think
accumulate the
that's-
materials.
That's reading
I
too
think
much
this
into
is
this.
gonna be
Coach.
like this is gonna be like a tier 10 click. Like you're gonna
Right.
need to do a fucking weekly.
So to me,
Get
this
fucked up.
statement alone does not bar crons, though. I just want to be clear. Like, there's nothing about this that's not saying that, like, even.
Really?
So first of all, we don't know
The
people are going to
enhancement
sell
process
them.
becomes skippable, and you don't have to deal with the upgrade
How
downgrade
not?
because hold on, listen, because of crons. So people with quote unquote sizable pockets being able to buy outfits, cron them, and then slap their weapon skips that process, right? That's the sizable pocket person skipping this.
And they're talking
enhancement.
about
Well,
this
because
IRL
because you're
pocket.
still limited. You're still limited. Like the whole point that they're trying to say in this message is that the number of stones you get won't be enough. Like crons don't guarantee you to succeed, right? But crons do allow you to like move forward. But if they're just saying that this is stopping you from
crons do allow you to succeed if you have a sizable.
yeah, but not
Well,
if you have
they
limited
don't-
Blackstones, Ghosts. If you can only make
The way
3
they state
flawless
it
a
is
week, doesn't matter
Well,
if you have
but like
crons
think of
or
it this
not.
way: if you keep upgrading and downgrading, you're going to be way stuck behind someone that's able to cron it all the way back up, and they don't have to deal with the backwards progression. And that's why I think that you like yes, their first statement is like, yeah, you're going to have to do the weekly, and you're going to only get a few stones. You're only going to get like 3 taps a week, but everybody is going to be tapping it, and everybody has access to the pity system, and nobody's going to be able to cron it to get ahead by not getting downgraded. That's where my mindset is on the way they're talking about it. Now, the only other thing that I don't know is like, are fail stacks going to matter, or is it all fixed rates? Like, are they
I
going to
think
have
it'll be
everybody on an
fixed.
equal playing field? That's what I'm thinking, Ghost, because this is like Lost Ark almost,
What
where
the hell would
the
a
bosses,
hex be? What would a
the
fail
boss-
stack be for hex?
right? Like what? Like 350 to 500?
Sounds good
like,
to me.
That's what I'm thinking. Everything being fixed rates, and the bosses are reminiscent of Lost Ark. I think they're taking the weapon challenge specifically, like that design from Lost Ark, and I don't necessarily think I mind that. I obviously I don't think you can buy the enhancement mats or anything like that. Like there was
Right.
some stuff from the bags from Black Shrine 1 that you couldn't do, so I'm thinking it's gonna be similar to that aspect. But oh man, I'm excited.
I think that's clear. Trading's crazy though. Yeah, if like we can't trade, I think that's a bigger deal. It's like
I'm okay with that. You're forcing
Yeah.
players to have to do the Black Shrine
I feel
content
like
to get
nah,
the
they're gonna let
upgrade.
you sell them.
they have to.
I don't think so. I
know. So.
I just think nobody will. Why would anyone sell one?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
why
something
would
that
they?
you're gonna be able to buy. It's like who has sold a pen Fallen God?
Yeah, but think about how long it took to sell a pen
There's been a
Blackstar.
few.
It took so long for them to regularly
Yeah,
sell.
but this is a pen Fallen God though.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a few people that sell it.
A pen?
Well, someone did it for the Fallen God.
One.
There's been 2 or 3 that sold.
Okay, that's not enough to. Like,
This is going to
say.
be higher, I think. I think this is going to be
We
crazy.
wished to offer an equal opportunity for all adventurers in their pursuit of greater
They're
strength.
not gonna be lower
Also,
'cause
to
the
ensure your
enhancement
enhancement
is
success isn't solely reliant on luck, failing to enhance the sovereign weapon will utilize the 100% guaranteed enhancement system that is recently introduced, Ancient Anvil. Another feature of the sovereign weapon is that adventurers can choose their desired effects. Besides attack power, you'll be able to choose up to 5 additional effects, Through a special refining process, adventurers will be able to choose the effects best suited to them. As you can see on the screen, various effects will be available.
Awesome.
And you can apply 5 of them
Crit
onto
hit
your
rate.
weapon.
Crit hit
To apply
damage.
these
Accuracy for
effects, you will
PvPers.
need separate refining
Ignore
materials.
resistance. Oh no.
Some of the more core effects, such as extra damage,
That's not
HP
good.
damage reduction, evasion, and accuracy,
Back
will be a bit
attack,
easier
let's
to
go.
obtain and swap as you please.
This is basically add-ons on your weapon.
No,
More
they
unique
said
effects will require special.
they said it'll require like special items. So I'm wondering what mats they're gonna use.
Oh, you get
and,
like new cups for your weapon or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe a new grind spot with a new flame to grind. No, I don't know.
On the island? That would be sick.
We can dream. We can dream.
We can dream.
Reform stones, which will be harder to acquire and thus add to their rarity.
More special reform
In
stones.
some
Oh, so it is
cases,
cups.
core effects are designed to be easily accessible for adventurers.
Okay, cool.
Freely customizable to suit their respective playstyles. While unique effects will cater more to adventurers who wish to put more time and effort in collecting each rare trait to really stick out from their peers. Do note that these effects will continue to be added post-release.
So they're not going to be on launch.
The final feature of the Sovereign weapons
Yeah.
are their visual
Good
effects.
catch.
Akin to Black Star weapons, special visual effects are attached depending on their enhancement
Let's
level.
go. Oh,
At
that's
10,
base.
A dim lighting effect will appear, and at Oct, a more intense visual
I love
effect
it.
will be noticeable.
I love
Oh my
it.
god.
Yeah.
Dude's glowing like orange.
No matter how visually
What does
appealing
it
a
look
weapon
like at
might
deck?
be,
We don't
they
even
are bound to
know.
grow stale over time. To keep things fresh, you've designed it so the Sovereign weapons visual effects will be preserved even when wearing other
This
weapons.
So
cool
sick.
feature.
Yes.
The fact that you can wear costumes
Even
and it
if you
still
change
shows it
appearances,
is
the
like
weapon's visual effect
I
will
can't
remain.
believe this isn't something they've done before with the Black Star. Like that's the only reason I literally always have my Black Star out is because I want to see the freaking glow.
Yeah, it's
this
like
is insane.
look out that dude's glowing yellow like run. You know?
Yes.
I wish.
Yes.
Of course, if you prefer the original look, you'll be able to toggle the effect as you please.
자, 몽룡 투어 다들 어떠셨어?
몽룡, I can't wait for Seoul.
Me too. I can't wait to play.
이제 차 타고 왔던 마을버스 아니 마그누스 타고 돌아가 볼 시간이요. 목적지 잘 설정하셨죠? 오케이. 그러면 살펴들었죠. 안녕. 잘 가시게. 그럼 아침에
What is that? Someone
나가서
jumping down the
안녕.
well?
그래서 너 가야지.
They're jumping in the well.
빨리 우무 타.
Oh my god.
Little
Wow.
Magnus reference.
What do we think?
Yeah.
I gotta say, these bosses look pretty incredible. And the new weapons, right? Now, Jay, I think you need to tell us more about these new sovereign weapons.
Yes, so since it's a new item, I think a lot of people are curious. I should tell you more about the sovereign weapons first. Adding new items in an RPG is pretty standard, but in the case of BDO, after the Black Star, it's been about 5 years since we introduced a new weapon. Since Star's End was added in 2019, 4 territories have been added: Odilita, the Mountain of Eternal Winter, Land of the Morning Light, and Ulukita. And starting with Shy, 10 classes have been released.
It's crazy.
During all this
10
time,
more.
no new weapons were introduced. So for this time, new higher weapon that adventurers will use in Black Desert, we put a lot of thought and care into it.
I mean, these are the first new weapons in a very, very long time. The 3 unique crafting methods really speaks volumes on how much thought.
I'm
has
so
been put into
excited
them
for
as well.
this, dude.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Yes, that's right.
sick.
Instead of creating an entirely new weapon, we decided to utilize existing ones.
It's
The
so
10
perfect.
Black
I'm
Star
glad they used the
involves
Black
the
Star.
joy, but at the same time, and sorrows of adventurers.
Yeah.
So it was important to use
Sorrows.
them. The crafting method requires a difficulty level appropriate for a
sick
top-tier
gift.
weapon. But we hope
Agree.
that existing adventurers won't find it
Can we get that
too
online?
difficult to obtain.
Holy cow.
This way,
Probably,
veteran
yeah. We'll probably have the
adventurers can
assets.
quickly craft a new weapon.
It's gonna be my starting
Due to
soon
this
screen
new
right there.
weapon, New adventurers might
Literally.
feel a greater gap with veteran adventurers. Whenever we create a new region, not only for veteran adventurers, but also for new adventurers, we put a lot of thought into making it enjoyable. The reason being, it's very disappointing when new or returning adventurers hear about a new region but can't actually play it.
True.
So, in the case of areas like Mountain of Eternal Winter or Land of the Morning Light, we made it so that even level 1 adventurers can play.
Okay, so that's right. Last year, we received a Dream Horse and
Wait,
10
pause it
Black
real
Star
quick.
weapons.
So what do you guys think about that? Them making it more accessible for everyone to do? Because like I kind of like when I'm just trying to think of like when I very first came to BDO like 5 years ago, and I remember watching what's his name, Dark Crusade grinding like
Istria.
grinding, and I was just like a brand new player, and I'm like, man, I can't wait till I can like get to that.
To his point, yeah.
Right.
I do feel like it's a weird dynamic where the idea of like, oh, like Ghost was saying earlier in the argument of like, why even make them quests? Why can't they just log in and access the content? I think that like I don't know.
That's
think
not
that like
really
yeah,
what
there
I was
is
trying to say, by the way.
Sure, I'm just using what you're saying for as an example. I like the concept of like, oh man, I can't wait to get to that point. Oh man, I can't wait to go do the bosses. Let me do all this other stuff. Like, oh, let me do the grind. Let me get to that point. I don't necessarily mind if they make stuff like immediately accessible, like to get players to get their foot in, but like having the actual content, like the hard, like them having the normal and hard versions of the bosses, and having bonus rewards, and having all these extra effects. I think that's important factors for like, yeah, the barrier for entry is really easy because we let level 1 adventurers start in the new zone, and we also let people that have no gear start in the new zone, and we have a ton of catch-up mechanics. As long as they have something that also is able to be worked for, because if everything is going to be something that's so easy to get and it's not even worked for, and you just like log in and play the game and you log off, like if there's nothing to work for, I feel like you lose a lot of that sense of achievement and earning. And I think that as long as they balance that there's something to do after the initial part, I think it's okay. I think that it's all right, and I think they've done a good job with it so far. Like I didn't mind that new players got to access Land of the Morning Light because they were stuck in that prison until they finished all the quests and they had no idea. And they rode. I read some guy who rode a boat all the way to mainland after starting the Land of Morning Light, and he's like, I can't talk to any of these NPCs, and I'm like, yeah, you've got to go back and you have to do all the quests. So it's kind of a noob trap, honestly, but you know, I think it's okay. I think they've done it pretty well as long as. Like I said, they've done it so that there is still content that's harder than the base level, and there is something to eventually achieve.
There's like 3 things for me. Like if you look at everything that we just talked about with like the difficulty scaling, most of what I interpret them to be saying is that like the earlier enhancement levels are going to be very attainable. Like what they're about to announce with the free Pen Black Star, like Blondbear talked with me about this yesterday. Like the whole process of like getting a free Pen Black Star would probably be more of a problem if you didn't need 4 of them now to get both of your weapons. So like it's one small thing, and like there's still I think a lot of work that people are gonna have to do to get to this weapon. It's almost as if they want more people to see the pathway. But then you combine this with like, okay, well there's also going to be new AP brackets. Hopefully there's going to be more reasons to get more AP in the future. Like that's like a common thread to all of this is like looking down the line. So like I feel like these things come together to make it worthwhile. And then yeah, the new player experience in general, like what do you guys think I guess it would take right now to get like 4 Pen Black Stars? Like that's still going to be really hard for people, isn't it? I mean, is any new player realistically going to get this done within like 3 months?
Well,
possibly.
I guess we'll see.
Depends how much they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to
Depends
go
how many
so hard though.
they can make.
I mean, the cool thing about BD is you can access so many different things right from the get-go. There is like an optimal path, but like, yeah, Land of the Morning Light you can do at any time. People do them literally on Tuvala characters. I have a few friends that do their C7s on literally Tuvala characters because they have an alt parked out there, or well, they did. Now you don't have to, but they literally would do it on like a Tuvala character, run it, and then they would get to level 7, and then we'd have the buff, and then we go back to ground. So
do you think?
I don't know. I think it's cool that it's accessible, but skill-based stuff is really cool too.
Yeah, I'm thinking like because my guild's talked a lot about this. Like we have like a whole plan for how this is gonna go. Like at least it's our understanding. But my hope is that we can get more people getting their like enhancement items before they even have the weapons. Right, like
right.
That's important.
That's something I actually really like about this is the fact that you can do your boss blitzes even if you don't have your second Pen Black Star, even if you don't have your C20, even if you don't have X, Y, or Z, the flame, whatever, and you can collect all these stones as a brand new player, and then whenever you reach that level of content, you've got all the stored mats, and you can just slap it as you go.
Yeah,
because I imagine the stones are going to come from the bags from the boss blitz, right? That's the only logical thing it would come from.
Yep.
So like, I think that's really cool. I think that is a really important, cool thing in the game. I think I think it's a good thing. So yeah, 100%.
Cool.
I'm sure that's been a huge help as well to our adventurers.
Oh, but I just want to mention, I think it's also important that they're it isn't that everything is always skill based, and that there is stuff that's like, oh, like Jordan said, I can't wait to achieve this. The fact that there's a normal and hard mode, so you're using all your regular gear. So like, yeah, you're gonna need to get like maybe 700 gear score to do the hard mode, or you're gonna need 700 and however many gear score to do this new mode of this new thing. I think that that's still important as for motivation for players to chase those goals. So yeah, I think that's
Agreed.
important, as well as just having access to stuff initially, you know.
So this year, with the Land of the Morning Light Soul and the introduction of the top-tier sovereign weapons, we hoped veteran adventurers can quickly craft and use the new gear, and new adventurers can grow more effectively. In that spirit, to all adventurers, we will give you a Pen Black Star weapon.
Nobody believes this. It's just
No
like
way!
listen to the audience. Can we get a replay of that?
Wait.
Like that was the craziest reaction. People were laughing, and like then they were.
I can hear Blue Squadron.
It was literally hysteria. Like that's the only word I can think of.
Hold on, listen to it again.
Nobody believed
We
it,
will give you a
right?
Pen Black Star weapon.
Yeah, I can hear Blue Squadron saying, "Okay." Like, oh my god.
Absurd.
We will give you a Pen Black Star weapon.
Yeah, literally laughing.
Wait. What are you giving?
All right, guys, it's official. We will give you all adventurers a Pen Black Star weapon.
For real?
The way he said it so fast too.
A Pen Black Star. Are you sure that's okay?
Yes, so we thought about it a lot. By giving out
Let him
Black
cook.
Star weapon,
Let him
veteran
cook.
adventurers can craft.
Crazy.
And veteran adventurers can craft and use the new weapons once the update goes live. But new adventurers are those who don't yet have a Black Star. By having this item can play in the content or monster zones that they couldn't tackle before.
I think that's fine.
Okay,
I-
what a gift.
I think that's pretty cool. What do you guys think about that? A free Pen Black Star. Positive, negative? It's a-okay.
I love it.
I would have said like 6 months ago when the Black Star came out, I was like kind of like, ugh, really? We're making this super easy for everybody? But I don't know, something's changed where I've kind of like slept on it, and I talked to Jimmy about this. Like after I slept on it, same thing with the hammers, I'm kind of like, this is okay, you know? We want more players. We want people to get in the game. And I think that a Pen Black Star is a big deal, but now that you need 4 of them, plus your offhand, plus maybe there's going to be an offhand one, so you need 6 of them per account.
In the future, yeah.
1 Black Star is really not that big of a deal, right? Like it's not that big of a deal. You're gonna have to grind what 3 trillion silver worth of gear by the time you get to like the new weapons. So I don't think it really even matters. And I think it's like way bigger motivation for a new player to see like, what? They're giving out a free pen? Now some players might see that and be like, that's insane. Why would I play a game that's just gonna make all my gear irrelevant? But what people don't maybe put into context is that, like, again, the fact that you need maybe 4 right now of these, but maybe 6 in the future, and just like the 3 trillion silver worth of gear, and this is like what, 10% of that, 5% of that, the cost of this Black Star. It's like nothing comparatively, you know what I mean? So
It just pushes the gap closer.
Yeah, for sure. Gets them caught up to the new, like, whatever the average is, right? Like, before it was, like, 600, then it's 650, and now you're getting pushed a little higher, and you can access. I have friends that are sitting on 10 Black Stars, and they just need a pen to access new content. So this is, like, one of those things where it's, like, I have a group of people in Discord, some new friends that are trying the game out, and they're all playing and getting their Tuvala gear up and all this stuff, and now they're going to be able to access the next stage of content. They don't have to go grind 100 bill. And now they can go grind better spots and make more money and work on their next thing. And I think that's okay.
I struggled with it a lot, right? Like I spent 6-ish months like actively grinding out and failing for mine, and like I always knew this was coming, and like for someone who put a lot into getting it, I was surprisingly okay with this. Like I think I've always known this would happen. It's just like looking at how they would do it, and like the fact of like how they'd give it out
at some point in time.
Yeah. And like I've played a lot of MMOs. I've you know, look at like all the people who grinded like, you know, Thunder Fury or whatever, and then like in 2 expansions nobody knew that it even happened. You know, it's like that's just how it goes. And like the reality is it's amazing. Like, seriously, like it's amazing that Pen Black Star was best in slot weapon for like literally 5 years. So like this pathway of like, especially the fact that we're upgrading it, we're not just like trashing it and go doing something irrelevant. Like we're literally building off of this foundation. And yeah, they're basically just giving you like an extra arm and supportive foundation. Like it's not going to get you that far. It's just a Pen Black Star, like anyone on this call knows. It's not that big of a deal, but it's I think an appropriate boost for the inflation the game has seen. So it's good.
I agree.
Jay, I still can't believe we're giving something on this level to our adventurers.
And they can't stop.
Was that scripted, do you think? That's hard to tell.
No way.
Yeah, no way.
He's like awkwardly laughing like, what? They're giving away what? What?
And now with the Pen Black Star weapon, it might seem or feel like the ball gifts are getting bigger and bigger. However, I want to make it sure, this Pen Black Star weapon is not a ball gift, but more about providing...
That sticker he has on his laptop is so cool.
The update of a new sovereign.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
You can choose to receive either a main weapon or an awakening weapon. The received weapon can be upgraded to new sovereign weapon right away, but it cannot be registered on the central market. And please note, as we did with the 10 Black Star weapon, obtaining the Pen Black Star will also have some kind of requirements.
Well,
Question
there you have
time.
it. A Pen Black Star, I guess. Let's go. It's unreal.
And we figure out in 3 days.
That's blue right there.
So, you will be able to pick between a main hand weapon and an awakening weapon, but you can't list them on the central market. And this isn't just a Heidel Ball reward, it's rather a part of the game.
So
Well, what do you all think?
Okay.
We liking it? What do we all think about it? It's okay? Pen Black Stars, let's go. Now, let's wrap up Land of the Morning Light Soul. With a new sovereign weapon and Pen Black Star on its way, I'd imagine our adventurers are pretty excited for Land of the Morning Light Soul. Now, we've prepared one more video to give everyone a taste of what you can expect to see. You will not only see this video here today, but it will also be shown somewhere else. Next month, there's a big global event happening in Paris. And Black Desert's Land of the Morning Light Soul will be participating with the Korea Tourism Organization.
Oh.
Now, let's take a look at the video.
That's cool. They're gonna have, what, a game trailer, I guess, for an IRL event for something else? Sick.
Impressive, yeah. It's good music, too.
Cool.
I actually like the music.
This is good.
It's like chills, man. It's legit.
Jamming. It's like I'm watching Naruto.
So that's the Eternal Winter, or the Sovereign Weapon questline will be at Mount Ashti, right? I think they said. Wow. Can we like rewatch each of these? These are sick. Like the regions. It's cool that they're showing all of them.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome. I wonder if they're gonna cut them up into individual YouTube videos, I imagine.
Probably.
That was Pipe Guy!
So sick.
Okay. Now, that video was awesome, and the more I see, the more I want to jump in and start exploring Land of the Morning Light Soul. To think the game that we've been playing for so many years will be shown at such a huge global event. Now that is exciting.
Yes, thanks to adventurers across the globe, sending their love and support over 10 years. It has been an absolute honor to be able to present Black Desert and Land of the Morning Light in Castlebania in Paris. Thank you so much.
Now, yeah, put it together, let's go! Okay, and I know that we have a lot of French adventurers with us today, and we look forward to seeing you at the booth.
Yes, as Land of the Morning Light Soul chapter is the final mark in this chapter, we have worked tirelessly so that adventurers are able to enjoy it. We hope you like it.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to it. Land of the Morning Light Soul. And so, what do you have for us next, Jay?
Next up, we'll share what we've been preparing for this summer. This is also a video, let's have a watch.
Next is a rather special update, introducing an exclusive server for existing adventurers, Hardcore Server Season 1. The rules are simple. You create a Hardcore Server character to play on the server. You begin at level 60, and can only use the provided gear, which have a 2030, 2080 gear score. These can be relatively easily enhanced, up to around 260 to 300. You can use recovery potions, but foods and elixirs will not be available. You cannot see each other's family names, and both party and chat functions are disabled. Also, PvP is always activated, so you can attack anyone without restrictions. And what's more, once
Cities
you die,
too, you
it's
think?
over.
Like that's
the basic
crazy,
gist of
right?
it.
Feels like Shadow Arena, right?
You think cities will be safe zones, or it said no safe zone?
Oh,
No
cities?
safe zone.
Dude, I think it didn't. It was pretty explicit there. It said everywhere. I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
I wonder.
And don't
I
worry,
don't think so.
your character isn't deleted. You're shipped away to a cell, where you will need rest points in order to escape. It will take a few days to get enough points. Or you can fight other inmates in 1v1 bouts to take points from them. We're planning to operate the hardcore server in seasons with a special ranking system. The longer you survive or the fewer times you die than others, the higher you rank. And once a season is over, we want to give special rewards for your rank. Character effects like Stormtrooper that last until the next season, or exclusive titles with new colors. This hardcore server is for those tired of constant gear upgrades to allow you to focus solely on gameplay.
So that's a
without
permanent
worrying
cosmetic,
about gear.
most likely.
Yeah.
We will provide more details when we
Permanent
update the
title.
content.
Next is on Dekia's Lantern Tier 2 and new accessories. Alongside the Land of the Morning Light Soul update, Tier 2 difficulty will be added to Dekia Monster Zones. Since its initial development, Dekia's Lantern was designed to allow
Can you,
adventurers to
what was the
choose their own
exact wording there?
difficulty. Setting it
Like, are we getting it only once part 2 hits? It almost sounded like that's what they're saying. So I was thinking this would come earlier,
when we
but maybe
update the
not.
content.
Next is on Dekia's Lantern Tier 2 and new accessories. Alongside the Land of the Morning Light Soul
Alongside?
update, Tier 2
Try that.
difficulty will be added to Dekia Monster Zones. Since its initial development, Dekia's Lantern was designed to allow adventurers to choose their own difficulty, setting it apart from Elvia. With the upcoming patch, you will be able to activate Dekia Tier 2. Also, Dekia's Lantern will be available
There's
in more
Miramar.
monster zones.
Oh, so
These
maybe...
zones are Cadre Ruins, Crescent Shrine,
Wait. It sounded like they were saying there were
Gaiten
new
Temple,
tier 1s.
and Miramar.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep you pausing.
Yes, on the official webpage,
Yeah.
these are. I don't know why they listed this
As tier 2s, right.
These are all tier 1s, and then some of the old spots are getting tier 2s.
Is there any chance
I
we
don't know
get
why they
these
say-
in tier 1 before Morning Light, too?
No, I think it's all coming.
You think
before
it's all
Morning
alongside?
Light.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I won't look forward to it then. Not until then.
This
While the
isn't for a
difficulty
while.
of Tier 2 will be maintained at the level you're used to, Tier 2 will require you to have a combined AP and DP of at least 750, making it challenging for even our top tier adventurers. Starting with Tier 2 of Dekia's Lantern and beyond, there will be special weekly quests so you don't have to spend too much time fighting monsters.
I wanna know what those
Completing these quests yields substantial rewards. This is to ensure high efficiency for everyone who can at least complete these quests. New accessories universally available in both the Black Shrine and existing monster zones are being introduced. Call it the Asadar set. Asadar accessories
It's in existing areas. It's interesting. I wonder how they're gonna do it.
1,000 HP on a 10.
Are of the same grade as Tungrad accessories.
That pen, it's a 10,000 HP on a 10 minute. What the frick?
Allowing for special abilities when worn, akin to type expect.
10%
We hope this adds
BSR
meaning
on 10
for those
minute,
who wish to craft their
100%
own
BSR
playstyle.
10 minute. That's
Guilds are a very
interesting.
important element of Black Desert. They help adventurers grow from rookies to veterans. And they serve as a fundamental community tool that allows adventurers to bond with one another while working together toward a common goal.
the frick is
Additionally,
this?
there are many guild benefits, which is
What
why
is
many
that?
adventurers.
What was that boat thing? You guys ever seen that?
No.
It's a guild boat.
Guild boat looks like that?
Yeah, you can have all your guild members do like a
That's
mini game.
insane. I've never seen that. Oh my god. That looked cool.
I've never
True
done it.
advised, the first thing to do in Black Desert is to join a guild. However, as time passes and more content gets added, running a guild becomes challenging, and the feelings of bonding while achieving goals together have become less exciting of late. We have determined that changes are needed in this area. In that sense, we plan to add a few new systems. First of all, we're adding a guild's representative trait system and tiers. Each guild has its own playstyle they pursue, even just by looking at the descriptions: node, conquest, war oriented, casual, life, and so on. Unfortunately, these guild traits had to be communicated only through guild introductions, and it's difficult for other adventurers to intuitively know them. Now with the addition of the new system, all guilds will be able to select their desired trait. These traits are categorized into 3 types:
Interesting.
PvP, PvE, and life skills. If your guild likes PvP, you can select the PvP trait, and if you prefer PvE, select PvE. Once a trait is selected, related fame can be accumulated.
Fame.
To explain this more clearly, I will use the PvP trait and fame as examples. Guilds with the PvP trait will accumulate PvP fame based on the results of Node Wars, Conquest Wars, Guild League, Red Battlefield, War of the Roses, and Arena of Solare. And based on this fame, the guild's PvP tier will be determined. This tier is not based on accumulated fame, but rather determined by the
Can you
ratio
pause?
among all guilds that have selected the PvP.
So like, one thing I didn't even catch here is that like that said your fame, if it's just PvP, would include like Red Battlefield, right? Like it seems like there's some things that like people are basically gonna spam. They're gonna hit a new tier threshold, and like that's gonna advance. Like is the PvE equivalent like grinding trash loot? Like what do you even have in the PvE world?
Maybe.
Like world bosses maybe?
What is even relevant to this? Doing your
Yeah.
boss blitzes, grind spots, grind spots.
Yeah, grind
grind,
spots.
uh,
I don't know,
I
man.
don't even know what a PvE equivalent. Doing your guild bosses.
Yeah, like world bosses, guild bosses, boss
Doing
splits,
scrolls, inventory
guild
scrolls.
guild missions too, maybe if
Guild
well
mission revamp, yeah.
something like
But
that.
I mean, PvP guilds have to do that too for the points. But I guess I don't know.
It's interesting.
I don't really know. I feel like this is gonna be one of the systems that like sounds cool at the ball, but like they're totally gonna scrap because it just doesn't seem practical. Like it sounds
Yeah.
cool for the PvP guilds, but like I don't know how you would do it for any other stuff. Like I don't know.
Alright. And based on this fame,
Because
the
the
guild's
next part
PvP
doesn't make
tier
sense to
will
me.
be
What would you do
determined.
for a PvE guild in this next part?
This
right?
tier is not
Yeah.
based on accumulated
This
fame,
just seems
but
like
rather
something that should be
determined by the
added to the
ratio
PvP
among all
system,
guilds that have selected the
regardless.
PvP trait. While frequent participation is important, guilds with high skill and teamwork will form the top tier, enhancing their fame in the Black Desert world. The accumulated tier will affect not only the overall benefits for the guild and its members, but also
What
its
are
various
those
systems.
benefits? Like what are we talking
One example is its use as MMR for Node and Conquest Wars.
MMR.
Now, guilds with high PvP tiers can only participate in Node Wars of certain tiers and cannot participate in low.
Wouldn't you just not label yourself as a PvP guild so you don't get ranked so you can do whatever node war?
Yeah, like what about guilds that want to do lower tiers?
Like if Cho just wanted to int a bunch of low tier guilds, why would they just not label themselves as a PvP guild so they wouldn't get any of these ranking points? Unless
Maybe.
these are like going to happen regardless, right? Like
Maybe.
are you naturally going to acquire PvP, PvE, and life skill tiers of rewards and you're technically getting all of them, or are you only getting the one you select your
For the
guild to
trait?
be traded for?
Good
Because I
point.
feel like you just int this as a PvP guild.
Well,
Unless
may-
you can't participate it as a PvE guild. Sorry, Jordan, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say maybe their rewards are like worth not inting for.
Maybe. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they're talking
or
about it. But yeah,
tiers.
maybe.
The strong will compete with other strong
True.
guilds and the same for weaker guilds. This creates a clear hierarchy promoting growth through promotion and regulation, systematizing the growth of all guilds. As such, we aim to provide honor rewards based on tiers. High-tier guilds will have exclusive seals engraved on their guild and family names, and when they chat on the server or world, there will be visual effects to make them appear more dignified. Also, at last year's Calphion Ball, we revealed the Dragon Guild
Could be
mount.
good.
Achieving the top PvP tier will grant the right to mount the Black Dragon, as shown on the screen. The tier system based
Like
on
a
guild
1
traits and
second
fame
clip,
is not
dude.
intended to incite vain competition. As explained earlier, we hope that all guild members will advance toward their goals together, and that new adventurers will enjoy related content together, allowing them to adapt more quickly to our world of Black Desert. Today, I only explained the PvP trait and tier, but I will also explain the PvE and life aspects before the update, so please look forward to it.
PvE and life.
Oh,
Interesting.
and speaking of which, we recently adjusted skill hit counts, and we are also working on additional optimizations. This involves changing the internal structure
They're working
without
on it,
affecting
guys.
gameplay.
They're working on it.
Once completed, it will certainly improve things, so we're gunning to complete this task. Along with this work, we also plan to resume the War of the Roses.
Woohoo!
We hope you'll look forward to that as well.
Next up, we have summer events and an exclusive outfit. We introduced the Sea Palace
Can we
along
skip?
with Terranium last year. Sadly, we weren't able to prepare a new event.
Or just like 2
Area
exit.
for
I don't care.
otters,
Yeah.
And the Sea Palace has summer events.
Yeah, we don't
An
care.
otter, where they might compete at.
Next, we have this summer's new outfit. The name of this outfit is Badaka.
Yeah.
Our team have
Badaka.
prepared more than usual for this one. While the outfit has one main design, we added some variations for an
That's
extra
pretty
layer
cool
of
It is a cool
customization.
outfit.
Although
Yeah.
we can dye outfits, sometimes we just want more options. We hope you enjoy this variety and style. Some ideas were borrowed from our merchandise, such as the Papu logo, which give it a distinct Black Desert touch.
Cool.
This
True.
outfit also has a cape on-off feature. Our male characters went shirtless in too many of our summer outfits, so we tried to make their outfit a bit less revealing this time. For the female characters,
Yeah,
they will
you
be
should be
wearing a
able to
shirt
buy
on top
this
of a
shit in the
bikini, which
store,
also have a
like,
cape on-off feature.
the actual
Adventurers have been
physical
awaiting a
item,
refreshing bikini look
and
for
then
the
you
summer,
get it
and
in-game
this outfit
also.
definitely
I
answers
agree.
don't know
those
how to
That
run
calls.
would be
company.
awesome. That would be awesome.
Additionally, through the Pearl Shop, you'll be able to purchase
looking for
dances and
work.
other accessories such as sunglasses and hats, which will be perfect for the summer. As Black Desert celebrates its 10th anniversary, we've prepared an extra special summer event and outfit. We hope you enjoy it and have fun.
Cool.
That's all we have
summer.
prepared for you today. In addition to the things mentioned today, we are still diligently working on the quality of life improvements, both small and large updates, including things mentioned at last year's Calphion Ball. We are doing our best to bring these things to our adventurers, so we really hope that you will enjoy our Land of the Morning Light Soul content that we are working so hard on. Thank you.
I will. You're welcome.
Okay. It's looking good. Looking good. Jay, I can't help but notice that the clothes you're
He's wearing the
is similar
shirt.
to the outfit
Look,
that
he's
was
wearing the
just
outfit.
shown.
Hey, that's the guy.
Yes, that's right. The clothes I'm wearing now is the summer outfit you just saw in the video, Badaka meaning beach in Korean. These clothes I'm wearing now were specially made, so there is only 2 of them. How about we give it to one of our adventurers at the venue
Oh
to take
my
as
god,
a
I could
souvenir?
have Jay's shirt.
Okay. Not gonna
should've
lie,
went.
I kind of want that for myself, but best of luck to our adventurer who will get it. We'll be giving it out after the keynote, so those of you in the crowd, stay tuned.
Do we know who got that? Like, who
We
got it?
tried to give this a summer concept that also fitted a more modern feel. It's the type of outfit that evokes a cool summer. And as said in the video, the swimwear in the summer's outfit is not like the current underwear style, but a normal outfit that has the cape on and off feature. And we're also working on a shy version, which will have a little bit of different design.
Oh no, shy version.
And one more thing, we are also preparing the outfit that matches our game perfectly, and that you have all been eagerly waiting for.
Oh, pause. Okay.
Okay.
Pause.
You want me to pause it?
No. Sorry. He's
We've
just
put a lot
like.
of thought into outfits lately, and we know many adventurers love outfits and see them as a majorly important part of Black Desert. Outfits like Academia, Primavera, and the latest Memento Mori were outfits with a modern feel, and many adventurers really enjoyed them. And of course, the most important thing is wearing the outfits while playing the game and having fun.
Uh-huh.
So moving forward, be it outfits with historical backgrounds or modernized outfits, we will continue to develop and design outfits that make your gameplay more enjoyable.
Okay.
We hope that you continue to choose the outfits that suit you and that you can have fun wearing while playing.
Well, even when you've been developing Land of the Morning Light Soul, you've also been preparing a bunch of updates for this summer as well.
So working on more casual.
Honestly, organizing things and developing things together didn't leave us with much free time. But at the end of the day, organizing old content and developing new things at the same time is something we must do as developers.
Well, I think we're all super excited, right, everyone? And for the variety of summer updates coming our way. But I feel there were some additional details that weren't in the commentary, Jay.
And Luke.
Yes, like we said earlier during the commentary, there are a lot of new things. I think guild reorganization is one of the most important things. Usually to find a guild suited to you, you have to read through all the intros very carefully. With this improvements to guilds, it'll be easier and more intuitive for you to find a guild that naturally engages with content that you are interested in. This way, you'll experience a variety of content with fellow guildies. Ultimately, our objective is for new adventurers to meet great friends, allowing them to enjoy adventures together with existing players. This type of system can also be seen as our organizing attempts, preparing for the future of Black Desert.
Yes, guilds are such a core component to the game, and I love the sound of the new guild systems as well. And during our GM Guild Fair event that we've had in NA and EU, I remember how packed Velio was with adventurers holding up signs to advertise their guilds. We look forward to doing more of those in the future for NA and EU, so don't miss out.
Yes, that's right. I was impressed with the guild events in EU. There was a lot of interest in the guild fair, which makes us see just how important guilds are to adventurers. And there's one more thing I'd like to share with you. It's something that our console adventurers have been eagerly waiting to know.
Oh, we can skip over this.
Yeah, agree.
Improved. There's also an improved thing. Final test in GT2.
It's not even coming to like December anyway,
Jordan
right?
Saga update.
Yeah, it's not.
Like
It's,
late.
it's like the end of the year.
First up, console news.
It's crazy they announced like, yeah, we'll give you an update in 6 months.
First up, next week, on June 26th,
Jordan Saga coming
update
out.
will
Let's
be live
go.
for all service regions.
Arena Solaire, July 3rd.
That's soon.
And Jordan Saga will also be updated to console on July 10th. And July 3rd, you've all been waiting. As previously announced, the regular season of Arena of Solaire will be coming.
Woohoo!
And Dosa's like that same week, right?
As this will be the first season since the headcount reduction, the patch.
Oh,
The
yeah.
effects of equipment and the balance is planned to change. The regular season of AOS will be held at the same time worldwide.
You're like,
one more
hold
thing,
on,
of course, there's
hold on.
also another thing you've been
What's
waiting
that?
We're coming on
Oh,
July
wait,
3rd,
wait.
but I'll come back to it later.
Whoa. My bad, guys.
On July 10th, the new Summer Outfit Badaga is planned to be released.
War of the
Then on July
Roses
14th, what
return!
you've all been waiting for,
Let's
the War of the
go!
Roses regular season shall begin.
I love War of the Roses.
Based on your feedback during the pre-season, new commander skills have been added, rule changes, and improvements to the resurrection
Rule
system.
changes and commander abilities. Okay.
The Sea Palace and Tyrian Collapse Summer event is set to start on
Summer
July
event.
24th.
Where's the Mysteries of Summer, though?
And as for the Land of the Morning Light Soul, as revealed today, is planned to be released in Korea on August 7th.
Yeah, Korea, dude.
Then to global service after localization.
Did they typo that? It's supposed to say global.
Considering the current status, we expect this to be around
One day.
4 for global regions.
Localization, 9-month delay, you know? Like, oh god.
Hold on, they just said it. They just said the delay. Hold on, what was
Wait,
it?
wait.
Listen.
After localization is complete. Considering the current status, we expect this to be around 4 for global regions.
4?
What?
What is 4?
For what?
Due to the all. And as for the Land of the Morning Light Soul, as revealed today, is planned to be released in Korea on August 7th. Then to global service after localization is complete. Considering the current status, we expect this to be around 4 for global.
Oh, around the fall. That's what Toby in my chat say. Maybe it's
Fall.
fall. This British accent.
Fall. He's saying fall.
Yeah. Fall.
Okay, so that's
Like September, October, probably.
at latest
November
I guess,
latest, yeah.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Due to the large scale of Soul updates, we ask for your understanding about the delays of release to global adventurers.
Okay.
We will ensure to pay close attention to high quality localization. We hope you understand.
Cool.
Additionally, the guild system mentioned in the commentary video, Dekia's Lands in Tier 2, Asadal accessories, and the hardcore server will all be updated sequentially in all regions after the Land of Morning Light updates. And that's all for the summer update schedule. We will do our best working on it.
That's right. Well, I personally can't wait until I can play Land of the Morning Light Soul and the new Black Shrine with you all as well. Jay, now we've wrapped up Land of the Morning Light Soul and our summer updates. Do you have anything more to tell us?
More.
Right. Now I can talk about what I mentioned at the beginning of this ball. I can see the image.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
What you're seeing here is the Black Desert world shown before
This is
going
my
live.
favorite part.
It's the world, very world we've been adventuring in for the past decade. So many memories, and exciting memories.
Blondbear's excited.
We would think, what's after Dia?
so
What's
excited.
Valencia going to be like? How about the land of the elves? We came this far because of this excitement of new discoveries and pondering about what the new regions will be like. We as developers did pretty much the same thing, thinking and discussing the kind of fun, adventurous we can make in the next new region. And after revealing our results one after the other to you, we've now come to our 10th year. Here we are on our 10th anniversary and at Heidel, Black Desert's first city. I want to share with you our adventures about what's in store for our future.
Let's go.
So without further ado, please take a look.
Okay, that's us right now. Bro,
It would feel
look at how we get like this much maybe of Eternal Winter.
Yeah.
Look how much more of this freaking place there is.
It's like
This
5
thing
times
is
larger, right?
huge.
About 5 times?
Yeah, it's insane.
I
We
don't
got
think
the-
they're to scale.
We got the. This
And-
map is to scale right now. This is the actual
Is this
map.
a flat map? I'm not sure.
This is a flat map of the mini map. So like you're seeing all the roads and everything. So this is the mini map that we have here. I think some of this stuff is blurred here because they haven't done the finer details between like some of these region parts. And then this is the demon zone up here, and then obviously Land of the Morning Light Part 2 is way up there. But this is because they haven't fine-tuned some of these like areas, right? But there's so much of Mountain Eternal Winter Part 2, and the demon area is huge.
Look how far
Like,
east
this
it
is-
goes.
This is yeah. It's
Because like
freaking
look at
insane.
like right basically look where Ulukita is, right? Right now the only
Mhm.
Ulukita that we have is east to west with
Is-
morning
is
light.
just right here.
Or sorry, with the Eternal Winter. So
Yeah,
like
it's
there's
like this
a
little tiny
under
bit.
Hazra Pass basically you
There's
have
a
like
whole
that
bunch.
it's
Yeah.
because I just literally was riding the line, but it
There's the bridge
basically
here, too.
yeah, basically morning or not morning light, but the winter 2 literally comes up. There's like a little spike, but really it's like 80% of what we see of snow is not even in the game yet.
Not even in the game.
80
Yeah.
to 90%. It's crazy.
Crazy.
feel pretty familiar, isn't it? It's Black Desert's current world map. And I'm pretty sure that many of you are dying to know about the unreleased regions. The area is shrouded with fogs.
Yes.
The region below the Mountain of Eternal Winter, which some of
Yes.
you call Eternal Winter 2, and
Yes.
the Valencia, known as Demonland.
Yes.
Let me give you a short brief on the concept of these two regions. Please show the images first.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Carter
What
has
is about the story that follows after the Mountain of Eternal Winter.
the Mines of Moria.
Officially named Mountain of Dawnbreak.
Literally Mines of Moria.
In this area, you'll follow the story of
Look how
Cathras
small
and
he
challenge
is.
your limits.
Look at all the
in
snow,
in
dude.
the 100th floor dungeon.
I love
Snow's
it.
everywhere. I love it.
100 floor dungeon.
Next up is Demonland. Let's look at the screen one more time.
This music though. What is this gift though?
Oh my god!
Can we play that again?
This is
Blondbear,
Demonland.
Blondbear, calm down. You're gonna get whiplash.
Holy.
Normal speed one
Yeah, I
time.
gotta go back to normal speed.
Dude, I wonder how long they worked on this. It's
The
crazy.
100th floor dungeon.
Listen to this.
What is this?
Oh my god! It's like Castlevania music, like
Demonland.
retro.
Next up is
Oh my
Demonland.
god.
Dun, dun,
Let's
dun,
look at the screen one more
dun.
time.
The music. Do you hear the laughing? This is Castlevania. This is Castlevania. Demonland is gonna be Vampire Land, and it's gonna be vampires, and it's gonna be Castlevania. The music is Castlevania-esque.
Has
The
to be.
laughing is Dracula in the background. It's the freaking castle. It's freaking Castlevania, bro. Oh my god, the music is so good.
One interesting comment is that the still HD photo we got has dragons and this shot doesn't. I just want to throw it out there.
Hold on, wait. When we get the image, hold on, it's coming. There we go.
Oh,
The
then they
GIF we have
transfer
it.
in. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
they transfer the actual
I
image.
just generated a cute computer-generated image of Castlevania 2024. This is what it showed me.
This is what it showed you? Let's go!
Let's go.
This is Demonland.
Dragon Wrath.
Are
I
you
guess
gonna re-roll
Demon
to?
Castle could be more fitting name.
You're gonna
Wait,
re-roll
what'd he
to a
say?
Wait, what
seductress or
castle?
something?
What castle?
Hold on. Hold on. Yes, I'm gonna reroll the vampire class.
I guess Demon Castle could be
Demon
more fitting
Castle.
name.
Weird.
Okay.
The whole thing can't be
It
a
is
castle.
Unlike
The
any
fortress.
of the exist. Holy frick!
Yeah, but
What,
like,
Jimmy?
it's a huge region. Like, it's not all a castle. It's just very interesting that they're
I
making
don't
this
know, man.
distinction.
This dude is tiny, and he's way far out. This dude, that's a giant dragon. And this is huge.
So you're telling me that spire is like as tall as the Mountain of Eternal Winter?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I like it.
Huge
I like
castle.
Huge castle, he said. You hear that? Hold on.
Okay, okay.
They're
Huge.
designing the entire region to be a huge castle.
The entire region is the huge castle, dude.
That's crazy. Crazy.
You notice how the GIF was it coming out of the ground?
Yeah.
And when we look at the map, it just looks like more desert. I wonder if we're gonna have, and people have talked about this to me before, a cataclysm-like event that turns the area into like Demon Land or something.
Ooh.
Because this is all like lava-y, right? There's lava
Yeah.
spilling out of this pipe right here. So this is like literally coming out of the ground into the land.
I'm getting like
You know what
Black
I mean?
Gates of Mordor vibes with like, you know, the
Literally,
lava
yes.
and like they're crossing over some
Yes.
cool lore here. It's sick.
Oh my god. Okay. I gotta relax.
You adventure to different parts of the castle to face new and different combat mechanics and steadily conquer your way through it. Now, once you reach the Demon Land, the map will be clear. The world map will be clear
You're right.
of shrouded areas.
The map will be
So,
clear.
what comes after that?
Oh, there's
We're already
that's the
talking about
last
after?
one.
Wait, I want to talk about this.
Yeah, I know.
We've
I
been
wanna know more
thinking about this for quite some time. And we've tried various
So Demon Land,
methods to create
100%
an
the
endless
last
epic
region
adventure.
of the current map.
We would venture out to
What they
sea,
just said.
dug underground. We even made a new faraway continent. Of all these attempts, the most outlandish was the Magnus. A completely different world, connected via the Magnus.
The light bulbs are all firing right now. Like, what's next? What's next?
We can use the wells and the Magnus to go to different regions, different locations, but also embark on new adventures. This is because the Magnus is a gateway to parallel worlds.
True.
In other words,
That's why there's a clone of
I was thinking of the
there's a
Outlands
clone of
when he said
Scholar,
that.
and there's a clone of there's like multiple clones of different characters in the story because we play a iteration of them. We don't actually play them. Like Sage is a clone of like the main Sage guy. So
it is a gateway to other realms. And now, through the Magnus, we can travel back in time.
that is going to be
Destination
sick.
is.
Can you hear that audience response? There was like
The
a breath of
Black Desert World.
sounds. There was like literally like an audible gasp.
The destination is the Black Desert world in thousands of years back in time. Next, please. Black Desert world.
I think it was before. It was before.
Oh, right here, right here.
When he said back in
Travel
time. though.
back in time.
Listen.
Destination
Yeah.
is the Black Desert world in thousands of years back in time.
This is
Next,
gonna be
please.
interesting.
Yeah, what the heck, dude?
Okay, look at this. Look at this. Demon Land is all green with some frosty mountains.
Yeah.
All of the desert's green. All of Mountain of Eternal Winter's green. This is all like flat farmland. Like, what is this? Is the mountain range? But like, where's Calpheon? Like, none of it exists. These are just farmlands, flat farms. And then this area, I'm pretty sure this is like the three. I don't know. This is like Valencia, and this is Medaya. But there was like 3 days of darkness or something that Alezer did. But I feel like that was way too current in the timeline. So this is weird. And then I don't think they've planned anything obviously for this. The islands are different too. This is just regular Ilia Island right here. Actually, I don't think they've really even touched some of the islands. Most of these are untouched. But Kama Sylvia being, I mean, still green. Odalita pretty green. But Dragon being really extra brown is interesting. And then this is like an actual different area south of Valencia that wasn't really... Like, the before image is just winter area, right?
Yeah, it's almost like there's different geography for that one just near
The
Valencia.
world map you're seeing now is a few thousand years back in time, during the era of the Idana.
This is the era that Sage comes from. This is when he first was building Ataraxion, and he warns everybody, "Hey guys, we got a giant meteor coming full of enemies, and we got to prepare and fight." And everybody's like, "You're crazy!" So they locked him in his own, basically prison, and then they after locking him away, they just let the freaking world explode into Blackstones.
The first thing I noticed was the Valencian desert is covered in lush greenery. And you'll probably notice that the other regions are slightly different from what we know.
It's gonna be a freaking jungle.
We are preparing to embark on an adventure to this continent of the past with you.
That's crazy.
Maybe we're a little too far away to see. Shall we take a look a little closer? This is the current one, and this is the past.
Crazy.
As you can see, in the past, Valencia was not a desert, but rather a vast green plain. During that time, perhaps Histria must have been not in ruins, perhaps akin to what we know as Parthenon Temple.
Right.
Parthenon,
when you look at the
dude.
desert and you're looking at Histria and Akhman, and they're literally like temples covered in sand and buried in sand.
Yep.
In this time period, they were like literally, yeah, like the temples that the the ancient race of the ancients, right? That's what sages basically lived in these areas, and this is like what this is their like home. And the Histria and ruins weren't ruins; they were major cities, just like Tungrad. Tungrad was an ancient civilization city. Like that's what they base all their Tungrad accessories on, is the Tungrad city, right?
What do you think of like northern Medea, like Helms? Like, what's the past?
Well, before the barbarians went in there, well, I mean, this is going to be so far in the past. I don't know
so
what
far
the
back, right?
different characters and races are going to be, because right now we have a bunch of barbarians from Medea that immigrated from all the different plains and areas.
Right,
and
like
Medea was the only area they could take over. So I'm curious if like any of those types of people are going to be even in here.
Like Elric's
And I'm
shrine,
curious if-
right? They have like they're like worshiping
Yes.
the, like it's probably some
Right,
old
like all
deity
the
that
Black
was there.
Spirit stuff. This is with a Black Spirit, so I'm curious what's going to be there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, this is similar to I'm curious if this is going to tie into Crimson Desert
The
at all.
past
You know?
may seem familiar to us, but they present a completely new world unfolding before us. What if an ancient city from a lost civilization stood where the capital Valencia now lies?
I'm so excited.
What about Sikraya? Where might the submerged ruins of Sikraya be located in the past? Could they have been
Sikraya?
part of a continent like Atlantis?
There are a ton of underwater ruins, aren't there? There's like a bajillion places in the water that are ancient with tons of like.
Never grinding Sakraya again, baby. Elvia, here we come.
Dude, that
Or
would be
whatever.
insane.
You think they're gonna upgrade the spot to?
And how were Ator...
back
The
in
whole world's
that
getting
time?
upgraded.
No, I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, you think you could go back in time and go get a merchant ring piece from Sakraya?
You're not going to be killing ancient mobs. The only reason we kill them now is because we have the Black Spirit in us. But back then, I don't think it's going to be like that. I mean,
So we're
heck,
not
we
gonna be
actually
able
might,
to kill
we might not even be able to go in the cities of the ancient people because they're going to notice the Black Spirit on us. They're going to smell it and be like, yo, get the frick out of here. You're the enemy, bro. You're not a good guy.
Kutum Urgon created, and who made it? And what about the Black
We're
Spirit?
talking about making Kutum. Hold on.
Or Kutum?
This is crazy. Making Kutum.
And how were Ator Kutum Urgon created, and who made it?
Oh my
And
god.
what about
it's
the
the
Black
ancients.
Spirit?
The ancients.
Where did that come from?
The Black Spirit came from the meteor.
And
What do you
how
mean?
did they settle in the world of Black Desert?
What is he talking about? This is his lore.
The answers to all these questions are found in Era of Idana. Now, we aim to continue a completely new adventure unlike anything we've experienced before.
To think we're going to experience the era of Idana from thousands of
That's
years ago.
exciting.
We
It's
have
actually
so much
exciting.
more story to uncover. I can't wait to learn more, Jay.
However, some people may think that the story I shared seemed distant and unrelated. That would be correct. It's a distant story. But as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of Black Desert this year, I wanted to share with you the new and infinite adventures that lie ahead. I hope that the story I introduced today has brought a bit of excitement to everyone, much like the image of the Black Desert world that was revealed 10 years ago. We still have so much more we want to show you. We will continue to do our best so that adventurers like you can keep exploring Black Desert with us.
Wow. When you first mentioned a demon land, I was so excited, but I was also wondering, where do we go next?
I want the
It turns out
soundtrack,
that our
bro.
adventure never ends.
I want that
And one
soundtrack.
day I looked to take a
If that's
trip
the
into madness
soundtrack
and
baseline
find
they're
myself
using,
ended up 1,000 years ago in Valencia.
mind's gonna
But instead of a
explode.
desert, it's a grassland. I really didn't expect that. Even though it's been 10 years since Black Desert launched, I'm really excited to see what the next 10 years holds. What do you think? We're excited for the next 10 years, everybody? Let's go! Wow, we've gone over so much today, but Jay, I think there was one thing that's still missing from everyone's bingo boards. I think you teased it earlier. Right, everyone? You know, yeah, right.
The bingo boards.
Yeah, of course.
Accessory hammer.
True. This will be the last update from today's Heidel Ball. The thing I briefly mentioned for the last update. Yeah. It is what you've been all waiting for.
I've been waiting for this? No, I got Demon Zone. Who was that screamed?
Introducing Black Desert 28th class, Dosa!
Dosa!
Dosa.
We've seen a lot of excitement and speculation from you all about the new class unveiled at the last Calpheon Ball. Your enthusiasm has been heartwarming, and we've put our all into this development. The 28th class coming soon to Black Desert is Dosa.
The clouds from the
Dosa
sword.
is the
Sick
second
icon.
son of a noble family and enjoyed a prosperous childhood. However,
It's like
at just
it's not as small as the Musa's sword. It's like an actually big like sword, like an Odachi, right?
It's, or the Kriegsmesser, right?
Yeah.
That direction.
His
Yeah,
family
it's
was
that big.
implicated
Yeah,
in the treasonous
DK
plot,
size.
leaving him alone and just barely alive.
Watch the way he
After
holds
wandering
it in the
aimlessly, he
videos.
resorted to stealing food until he met someone in the marketplaces of Seoul.
Okay, I don't care about
That person
history, I
was
wanna
Kang
see him
Hee,
played.
a master of the Sangdo school. Driven by his hunger, Dosa became her disciple and joined the Sangdo school. He initially disregarded her, treating her as a peer rather than a mentor.
Whatever,
But upon
whatever,
learning that she too
whatever.
had
I don't
suffered from
care.
the treason, witnessed the fall of her family, and was trying to revive the Sangdo school as its final heir, Dosa could see her genuine care towards
Ghosts?
him, and he began to follow
What
her
is
with
that?
sincerity. However, this
This
happiness
is
was
Ghosts
short-lived as they
class.
were pursued by those hunting the descendants of traitors, which led to their eventual separation. And then, we'll conclude the story introduction here so that you may discover the rest of it for yourselves.
Reroll.
It is a
Might
engaging
reroll.
narrative, so please look forward to it.
Dosa's main
I'm
weapon
waiting
of
for the
Hondo
ghost
like Eastern
class
China renowned
actually
in general.
from
His
the
pipe was
demon
inspired by the
there's
free
no
spirited
actual
image of
ghost.
Sun Lucia, renowned dueling during the Joseon dynasty. His unique characteristics draw from the harmony of luminous and umbral energy. The large Hondo symbolizes luminous
Oh my
energy.
God, look at the way he
delivering
holds
swift,
the
heatful
sword.
attacks to enemies. His sub-weapon, a pipe, draws on the power of Do arts to summon the clouds while protecting its master with umbral energy by calling forth warriors of fog to shield him. Massive damage could be inflicted
Look at
upon
the way he
enemies
puts
by
it over
combining
his shoulder,
luminous
it's
and
so
umbral energy
cool.
into a singular powerful force, take it. The main weapon, Hondo, is a large weapon which allows for precise movements and fluid skill combos.
A Hondo.
Making it enjoyable even for beginners in Black Desert. With just a bit of practice, you will be able to continuously
God,
change
that
its
movement.
attacks.
Ah!
Sub-weapon,
The way he went around.
Look at the way he does the. Oh my God, I gotta rewind it.
Yeah, of
Dude, the way he
course,
does
of
the
course.
turnaround while he's just like, yeah. What is it? What's the freaking line? Nothing personal, kid. Stabs him backwards.
The god
Let me
of
rewind it.
would just energy by calling forth warriors
Look at him,
of
he's like
fog to
mimicking his
shield
ability.
him.
And he holds it
Massive
over his
damage
shoulder.
could be inflicted upon enemies by combining luminous and umbral energy into a singular powerful force, take it. The main weapon, Hondo, is a large weapon which allows for
That's like
precise
literally
movements
DK
and
abilities.
Backward slap.
combos,
He did the backward slap.
making it enjoyable
Sick.
even for beginners in Black Desert. With just a bit of practice, you will be able to
Nothing personal,
continuously
kid.
chain attacks.
Yeah, there
The
it is.
sub-weapon, the pipe, is inspired by Unsa, the god of clouds from the Dongling myth.
Unsa.
It summons clouds to block visibility and summons fog generals and soldiers known as god soldiers to protect.
See, they're
Dosa
not
from
ghosts, they're fog
enemies.
generals, not my class.
Unlike existing summons, the summoned fog generals and soldiers react differently depending on the number of surrounding enemies.
That's cool.
Dosa follows
That's
on from
weird,
Musa
but
and
cool, yeah.
Megu, embodying
Number
the
of
essence
enemies?
Korean
This
culture.
is a class for a
While
stoner.
we paid
so
great
they
attention to
definitely
his
play.
appearance and concept, we
Yeah, I'm
also
gonna become a
focused on
stoner now.
making him fun to control and play. We will ensure everything is well prepared
They literally called him Ghosts.
so that all adventurers
You did.
can enjoy it. Let's conclude with Dosa's combat video. Thank you.
Translation issue.
You know, I really like Scholar, but man, if this guy's high APM, maybe I won't. But man, if he's low APM, it's game over.
I
for
love me
dude.
some
Looks
APM.
too cool.
It's okay. I'll hold shift.
I hate
I'll be okay.
APM.
I'll be okay. I love how he fires a warning shot.
This is nice.
Besides DK vibes, I also get Overwatch Hanzo vibes for some reason.
Any guy with bow and arrow with Hanzo? He's like chilling. Yo, what
He's
up,
got a
dog?
sword too, no? Am I thinking of someone
Sangdo
else?
is not without Gangi.
He's a sword.
Yet, centipedes return.
Boom.
Watch where he
Teleport
manifests
behind
his
you.
pipe in his left hand right here. Watch this. His pipe just appears. He like sleight of hands
Music
it.
is Sick too.
May the clouds form
Wow.
by her blood. Bring peace to her soul!
K-pop music time.
K-pop.
I'm thinking of Jay right now. I'm like dancing with Jay tune right now. He loves this music. Dude, look, he rode a cloud like Goku.
Amazing.
I didn't notice it. Whatever that is. That person. Did he parried it? Invisible teleporting?
It's like a sage cloud. Yeah, it's sick. Is that Leighton?
That's Leighton, yeah. I-frame, I-frame.
Yeah, he did.
What is that, like the 100% right there?
Yeah, I think so.
What is this, Mario? Side scroller time.
Yep.
I told you guys, he's gonna shoot stuff out of his weapon.
It's like slanted balance on DK. It's very similar.
Yeah. That's the 200. Oh my god. That is crazy. Awesome.
Welcome to Samurai World.
Sword pipe guy, let's go!
Let's go! Sword pipe
guy, let's go.
Sword pipe.
I like how some of the generals
We
like
currently
red,
are
too.
working hard to prepare the class. Those will be updated on July 3rd. And you can have a sneak preview on Global Lab June 28th. We hope you're excited for this update.
Well, I can't wait to play Sword Pipe Guy. I mean, Dosa, sorry. But I think we're really running out of time now. Do you have anything else prepared for our adventurers here?
So that was the last update we wanted to share with you. This year is Backtiz's 10th anniversary. That's why we're holding the ball in such a special location. So I have another gift for you. Let's take a look.
Let's see outfit box.
Well, there's okay, Primavera and Lovely Bloom and
Kind of
a bunch favorite
underwhelming,
outfits
right?
there.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of it, huh?
That's right.
I think
We
that's
created a
it,
costume box
right?
that
Do we
holds
need to
10 years
watch
of memories
anything
from...
else? I mean, I can like mute it and we can... Oh, what do you guys think?
But wait, there's more than 2 hammers. Isn't this the 10th anniversary, or am I just...
Yeah,
like,
it is the 10th anniversary. I mean, this is technically also a 10 roll.
We don't know what's in the
If they just would've
Shikatsu
given us a
secret
code
box.
with this. Like, if they just would have given us
yeah, you do.
this
We've gotten
in a-
that before.
If they would have given all of us all of this in a code, and it wasn't like a login reward, I think you would have been like, wow. But the fact that it's like behind a login reward kind of like takes that
And
away.
also, Mythical Censor on the last day is basically like an FU to all the people that have Frog Censor.
I mean, that's a very small percentage of the community. Most
Not
people are still
really.
working on it. I mean, so what? I get like 20 weapon exchange coupons and I never use them. I don't care if I get it. I'll just put it in the bank and,
Okay, and
maybe one day I'll make another one.
Jimmy says the secret box. I'm pretty sure we've gotten that before as
One.
pity for when you bought Shikatsu boxes and you opened up and got nothing.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've seen that one before. I've never seen that.
You know what I'm talking about when you open up Shikatsu boxes?
I'm
Not
just saying.
the ones.
There's the blue one and the red one, but there's
The
not a
ones
pity
that-
one.
I've never seen it.
No, it's a little seal, and you turned in 10 of them to Shikatsu. You got
I
a
don't think
box
so.
that was slightly better.
I don't think I've
You
seen that
never
one.
bought that.
Maybe
It's
it was a
full
while
shot.
ago, but yeah, I don't know. I thought the ball was really good. I do agree, Ghost. One of the first things you said was like the reward seemed lame for the 10th anniversary, because for some of the previous balls they give you thousands of crons, they gave an outfit, they gave hammers, and they gave like a bunch of other random stuff. This one kind of felt like but if you look at the
Two
login
hammers is a
rewards,
kick in the nuts, though. Also,
I mean, you can't just keep handing out more
they're giving us
hammers
a
every
pen
event.
Black Star. Why can't they give us some crons instead?
Because they want specific progression done to the game. They don't want people to just slap debos and stuff. They don't want to push certain people in certain directions. And I mean, you got an outfit, so that's crons. But I mean, if you look at the login rewards, it's kind of like a lot of stuff. So it's like,
It's true.
I don't necessarily mind. I think it was okay. I do think that this wasn't one of the best balls ever out of all of them, because there were some that had way more content, but there was a lot of them that in the past had a ton of content announced, but then they don't deliver. I think that maybe in this way, having a lot less quote-unquote content on the thing, but actually getting it rather than it just be ideas and concepts they want to hype us up about and not actually get, I think that this is pretty appropriate. Yeah, I looked at a Reddit post that went through all the Calpheon Ball stuff that we've gotten so far, and like 90% of the list was already done. It was really only a handful of specific things here and there that we haven't gotten. If you want to say like, oh, well, getting only a node rework for the life skills is kind of lame, and oh, only getting like no grind spot announcements other than Dekia, oh, okay, sure. But there's still a bunch of stuff that they're still working on from the Calpheon Ball that they're finishing up this year. And they basically laid out the floor plan for like, hey, we've got a bunch of new regions. We've got the Demon Land, we've got Mountain of Eternal Winter, we've got basically the past world revamped all over again. So and we're getting Land of Morning Light too, right? So I think that they're planning on getting more stuff out there and figuring out how to get just, again, more content, but they've been pushing really hard on the seal thing and making a lot of these boss things like really fun and enjoyable for group content. And I think they're just trying to figure out the formula for like, how do we make this fun for people? Like the group content, how do we make it rewarding? And what were we going to do about the weapons? I think that probably took a lot of development time. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. I'm happy about it. Not the best ball, but I'm satisfied because I think it's going to be a lot of stuff that's realistic goals that they're going to be pushing.
Ghost Jordan, any other comments?
Yeah, I liked it. But yeah, I think they should have added some more life skill stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am looking disappointed at that. It feels like they're constantly going around the combat because that's one of the big allures to their game, but they don't realize the untapped audience of life skillers and other stuff. It does feel kind of bad because it's like, you know, why don't we have that stuff updated? But the problem is, I mean, we don't have an open communication of like, do they know that this is a problem and they're just ignoring it, or do they think it's fine because they don't see life skills as like something that's a priority because most players are doing combat? You know what I mean?
I mean, where do they get all their recommendations from?
Forum
Probably
posts.
from feedback.
Feedback and forum posts. So if you guys are upset about the game, you should make sure you make forum posts and talk about what you like and don't like. And Korea is a big one because their main country that they're in is Korea stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff in this game that hasn't been touched since it's been integrated.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of Moreland's complaint years ago. I've still watched that video every once in a while. He's got like a 4-hour video where he talks about everything that hasn't been touched in the game and is kind of annoying, but yeah.
Pity system for Alk Stones when?
What is top comment? Just a Pen Black Star.
Pen Black Star. Yeah.
Location
How are you guys
of
gonna
Heidel.
make your sovereigns?
Well, we get
Good
the
question.
1 Pen Black Star, right? And then we've
I
got
only
the one.
have 1 Pen Black Star right now.
We've got the 1 Pen Black Star on top of whatever you have, and then I'm probably just gonna wait for a second flame. I'm gonna be honest, like I told Jimmy, I'm just gonna wait for a flame, because you're gonna be just tapping whatever your primary weapon is, probably up to pen first, and then figuring it out from there. There's not really a rush either. You're not locked out of any spots. If you're at the stage of the game that me and Jimmy are at with gear, there's nothing we can't do. So there's no reason to like.
You can't get 2K Mastery.
Yeah, there's nothing I want to do that's locked behind my current set though. I don't care about 2K Mastery because life skills aren't really anything I care about. So.
Got him, Jordan. Got him.
I mean, people like different stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, but by the time this comes out, like in August or whatever, once it's actually in the game, I think there might be more difficult content, right?
I think we're getting Soul by November because it's when the hammers expire. I think that's their target goal is like that November-ish time. I think that's when they want everybody to wrap up the hammers and get everything going, and then probably by the Calpheon Ball they'll give out another hammer because they'll all be expired, right? So yeah.
So I have another pen black, well, not a pen, but I have a black star that I've been fail stacking with. So I'm probably just gonna personally be trying to pump out a bunch of like 200 to 400 stacks, and you know, try and get ahead of it. Yeah, and I'll probably end up hitting one of those pen black stars, and I think I'm just gonna hold on to it. It's untradeable anyway. Then I can
do
just
that on stream.
What?
In case OP Monkey's watching.
Oh yeah, true. But it's yeah, I don't really feel a lot of the pressure, which is good. I think it's actually smart of them to release something like this whole like 3 pathway thing with the variables that they've laid down, it seems very intentional. Like they want to let the markets kind of balance themselves.
Yeah.
I think Kavris is gonna.
That makes sense.
Yeah, kind of like equalize, hopefully, like to where it should be. I'm curious how long it'll be until they tell us how much the gem of imbalance or whatever that triumph. What is it called again?
We'll see. Gem of infusion. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just.
We're
add
gonna
it-
see
add
it
it
when
to-
Korea gets it, because I imagine it's
Yeah.
gonna be on day one. Because like we got 3 months to prep Black Stars or Cafros, and then.
In the
then
first
you
5
can
minutes,
work
someone
with it.
will link it in World Chat. Don't worry.
Well, I don't know if it's even going to be a drop. I think it's going to be a vendor item. It would be insane if it was left behind a drop, because then you might as well just go buy a Pen Black Star. Like, why would you ever do the other material weapon? Like, just make a Black Star or save money and buy it. You got 3+ months to work on it, so you got more than enough.
Are there going to be pities on the flame? We don't even know, do we?
They technically didn't talk about an Ember system, and it didn't say anything in the description, but everything is subject to change, so...
Yeah.
We'll see.
We've seen like a whole system roll out. Like every single one of them has had a flame, but yeah, weapons are their own thing, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see.
Overall, seemed like a
Any
good
other
ball.
thoughts, guys? Yeah, it was good. I don't think it was the best, but it was a good one for sure.
Yeah. I feel like the rewards probably are not like. I feel like there's a lot of people who are like waiting for a pile of crown stones, you know.
Yep.
But that's just.
It's like whatever.
Yeah.
To me.
Sounds good.
I need crons more than anybody right now, and I'm like, I don't care. I'd rather them just deliver on the content. So. Yeah.
Bro, if you need crons, just go to the central market. They're being listed constantly.
Yeah, I just don't want to do market PvP either. So.
Race to 1,000,000 crons, guys. That's where I'm at right now. It'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright. Anything else, guys? Any final thoughts?
I think that's it.
Alright, cool.
Yep.
I'm gonna wave my arms so you know in the VOD where to cut it.
See you guys.
Okay.